man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, you know, has it ever occurred to you that instead of, running around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple, you know?
What is up, everybody? Anthony here. Six Scale Mafia, Tales of Darkside, episode 67. God, I'm so out of it. Is it? Yeah, 67, bro. We are solo right now, my friends, until our guests arrive. So, hey, yeah, exactly. There's certain information. Things are a little bit different, as I mentioned earlier, particularly about the Batmobile. Yeah, man. So we're gonna have some people join shortly, I believe. But I didn't want to keep everybody waiting, so I'll just try to say what's up to everybody right now while we wait for others to come in. So what is good? 1-6 shape, my man. How you doing, Ash Chase? Hope you're feeling better. Oilers Workshop, I am Bat Thumb. Hell yeah, dude. Didn't we already talk the hell out of the Batmobile? Yeah, we did. But honestly, because I was gonna have Rob on tonight, but he's lagging behind right now. I wanted to hear his thoughts and kind of talk about some other stuff with vehicles and what have you. So spill the X06T. Which characters could get from X06 love from Picard season 3? Ooh, I don't know. We could get some stuff. We absolutely could. Jamie Tanwood is good. Yeah, there's some stuff, right? There's some rumblings in the community. Figured we can, riff a little bit on that, dude. Nice, man. Sluggish16, I'm happy that we have a stream. That's all I care about on a Saturday evening. Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate. What else we got in the house? OG fan, what is good, my man? Louis Lebitz as well. Man, what else we got going on in here? Gilbert, InArt, are you okay? Hell yeah, dude. Some smooth criminal, man. The collector number 1 in the house as well. Amir, what is good? Chris as well. Rodriguez, hey everyone, how you doing tonight? CT603, my man, in the secret compartment of my ring. I feel with hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I got a $5 super chat, dude. Thank you so much. Shelf Scenes, dude. I appreciate that. Hi all, great panel. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Yeah, man. I am so excited for another Batman. I really am. Who else we got up in here while we're bear with me, guys. I had a panel. They're running late. It is what it is. AJ in the house. What is good, my man, as well. Who else we got coming in through right now? There, yeah, I don't know. They'll be here soon. What's happening to you, my friend, as well? Funky Cold Santa got the Z's coming. Yeah, I know. I don't know where everybody is. So I'm sorry I delayed a little bit just because I was thinking everybody would be here in time, but they're not. Punisher Flex. Oh yeah, I finally finished my my custom Punisher. So took a picture of it last night. It's pretty dope. It's pretty cool, man. OG Mando also in the house. What is good, my man? How you doing, dude? Ugly Second Kid as well. Yeah, Punisher looks sick, dude. Appreciate it. DK, yeah, my man. I don't know. Well, I wanted to actually talk about some other stuff too, but I'm kind of waiting for everybody to arrive. So damn it, Spock in the house as well. Evening all, just got back from the pub and a little tipsy. Hey man, enjoy your weekend. That's what it's all about. Skillmonger, what is good as well. Now this is like his old I'll show you guys here in a minute, but yeah, he's got his skull paint on, which is pretty badass. Pretty badass. Let's see. Louis Lebit says Mafia episode 1 Picard, an awesome start, and have the motion picture Kirk en route, my dude. Awesome, dude. Congrats on the pickup. Yeah, Picard season episode 1 was awesome, dude. It was awesome. Nikki Kneecaps, man, love it, dude. What is good, my man? Awesome, dude. Matt, 6 Skill Collector, thank you so much, man. He says, hey, Mafia amazing channel. Do episodes just about about Exo 6 and our Rathacon figures limited edition. Well, I'll tell you, the Rathacon, you'll stay tuned for that stuff, my friend. There's not a lot I could talk about just because, you know, conflict of interest. I'm not at liberty to really discuss a lot, but things are coming. Things are coming. Things are coming, my man. So I do appreciate. Look forward to it, though. Look forward to it. Blurred Dad also in the house. What is good, my man? What else we got? Wayne Timothy. What up, Anthony? Just got my man with no name, dude. Badass. Let me know how that is. Let me know how it is. Two Ferns. What's good, dude? Who else we got? Calvin, my man. You guys are all coming through. I feel bad. I got nothing. I got no panel. We're gonna. But hey, we'll take the moment here. If you guys are catching this on the replay, I'm just saying hello to everybody since we have full attention here. Nobody here. So slow-mo feature, man, because chat gets crazy and I can't keep up with it. So 15 seconds in between sending chats is the way it can work, man. Perhaps a rando to the stream. I don't know. We'll see. People are coming. People are coming. So I don't know. Bat Nation, what is good, my friend? Thank you for coming through this evening as well. Chasen, if I missed you, dude, what's good, dude? David also in the house. Yes, Batman or Batmobile will be upgraded. It definitely will. Ren Salentino also in the house, dude. My man, Fig Fate. I believe Batmobile will be updated once they actually share an update on their official channels personally. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Just got some more people rolling through. So what's up to everybody, man? Toy Box as well. My Joker's fine. I even posed him doing a slight smooth criminal lean, and he's standing solid. Yeah, and I figure as much. Dude. I know there's a few issues there, but probably nothing too bad. Sorry, do I ever do any episodes on Exo 6? No, I don't. Because again, it's what could I possibly say that wouldn't be a conflict of interest, right? You know, I'm not gonna. It's difficult. I'll talk Trek though all day. You know, or some people on the panel, you know, can voice their opinions on the figures and whatnots, and I listen. You know, I listen as far as that goes. Ooh, that's a good question. I like the old Garth Ennis run of Punisher back in the day. That was my favorite. But nowadays, geez, I haven't read anything nowadays because what I saw, and I don't know if it's permanent or whatever the hell they did to him, but they took away his guns. They changed the skull. They gave him like swords. I don't know if that's just a run or what, or if that's just, you know, Disney being Disney and just destroying the male protagonist. So I don't know. I haven't read any of the new stuff in a long time, guys. So isn't this the Star Trek Picard Exo 6 stream with Rob? Rob is like still, I don't know, like he's coming. He's supposed to be coming. So I don't know. We'll see. Mike also in the house, dude. Hey everyone, Mafia. I just saw the first episode of Picard season 3. Love it already. Your quick thoughts, man. Well, I did a stream yesterday, with Brother Cousins, and we kind of broke down episode 1. I'm gonna do that every Friday, by the way. So that'll be really cool. I loved it. So I'd like to see where it goes though, but I'm digging it so far. Hoth's hometown hero, my man. What is good, my dude, as well. Thank you for coming through, my man. Brian, you should do a conversation with Norm and Chan. If Norm wants to, that would be so cool, man. Yeah, dude, I know, and he's still streaming. So, yeah. But I mean, I've confirmed like 3 times this week. I'm like, all right, man. So we'll see. He absolutely is, man. He's got that liquid running through him, and he's just rolling, dude. Dirk Diggler's stunt double, hell yeah. I get that reference. I didn't see it. I didn't see Ant-Man yet, so I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't seen it, and then anybody who hasn't, I don't want to spoil it. So we'll have to see. Dude, when's my DeLorean coming? Bro, nobody has it except Adam Savage. So I don't know. We're waiting, man. I need a Titan A ship to go with my other Star Trek collection. It was a beautiful design. Jason, it is. And right, isn't this other master replicas picking up Eagle Moss? So they're going to continue ships. Something like that, right? I don't know all the details. We got to go take a look, but yeah, man. $5 super chat, man, from Oilers Workshop, dude. Thanks, brother. Says, I super respect you avoiding conflict of interest and respecting your boss and the community. With that, live long and prosper, my dude. You know what's up, man. Of course, man. Gotta have integrity. That's like if I like shilled for like a toy reseller or something, and you know, said everything was great. Buy from here. Like I can't do that. So that's kind of how that goes for me, dude. Yeah, so we'll have to see, guys. But anyway, so I'm waiting for some folks. What should we talk about? I kind of wanted to save some stuff for people to get here, but they're not here. So how about, I don't know, man. Let's look at this Batman. I know it's been talked to death, but honestly, guys, there's been nothing. There's been nothing this week. I mean, there's a lot of cool third-party stuff that's coming back out, but I don't know how into everybody is for that, right? So that new Present Toys Blade looks cool. They speaking of them, they also reissuing their two De Niro and Pacino from Heat, which I pre-ordered last night. There's a lot of cool stuff coming that's not Hot Toys, but it's been a pretty, as far as the Hot Toys world goes, there hasn't been a whole bunch of shit, right? We've got Batman, we've got a Batmobile, we've got, you know, so when we see some people rolling through, hopefully we can riff on some of that stuff, man. Yeah, we can just shoot the shit for a little bit, you know, until you know, listen, all I'm gonna say about this Joker or this Batman is it's cool, it's newer, and it's cool, man. So that was our Batman segment. I don't know. What's your last Hot Toys purchase, third-party purchase you received? Well, my last Hot Toys. Bo-Katan, maybe? But I don't know what I'm doing with Mando stuff. I've been saying that for months. I don't know if most of you guys know that or not. I've been debating for months whether or not I'm going to continue down the Mando path or abandon it altogether. I don't know yet. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. FBJ, what is good, my man? This Batman is awesome. Can't wait for the back. I know the back computer. I really hope it arrives. I really do. So otherwise, you know, it's rough, man. I know it's been talked to death, dude. Realistically, I wanted to talk about the Batmobile with Rob, because I haven't talked to Rob in a little while, but he's not here. So that was kind of the idea tonight, was to riff a little bit on that. Mario's just running late. Jay is occupied this weekend, brother cousin, so he's not here. And then Lael will arrive. So they're both kind of running late. Rob's doing Rob, so when he gets here, he gets here. So I don't know. I haven't seen any Andor stuff. So who knows, dude? Who knows? I also pre-ordered those Heat figures. Sweet, man. Yeah, they look badass, dude. I want to grab them. So do you think Mars Toys will make a 92 Penguin? It's inevitable, in my opinion. I don't know if it'll be Mars Toys, but the issue here, well, the thing is okay, so whenever there's customs being made, and I mean customs, not like you know, the knockoff companies like Present Toys and all that stuff, but when there's customs being made, it ends up always happening. Somebody makes a badass custom, sells it for a bunch of money, limited run, and then one of these companies out there, they recast it, they just, something happens, and then it comes out, right? We've seen that all the time. The Jack Nicholson from Shining, for example, that's just going up for pre-order, that's the same thing. No shame, they just straight ripped it. So anyway, Matt says, love the Picard episode you did, but just to let you know that Titan isn't a refit of the original. The A is a Constitution 3 class. I thought it was okay, good to know, because didn't they say something? It's not a refit, it's a whole different one, huh? Okay, man, that is good to know, man. Run through a little bit of chat, guys. I hope we will see Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman and Wasp figures soon. Well, the Wasp definitely is coming, right? They announced it. Now, whether or not we get like a Catwoman, I don't know. It's pretty tough, dude. It's pretty tough to ascertain, because they did say it's like Warner Brothers 100th anniversary, and then they were going to do some stuff and revisit old films, and I don't know. I think that would be awesome. Keeping Mando, that's what brought the love back to Star Wars. It did. It did. But I don't really feel it. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not really feeling the Mando stuff. I'm just not. You know, and I have everything. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me like the original trilogy. Like Revenge of the Sixth. Exactly, dude. The Return of the Jedi drops. That's what I want, man. That's what I want. So who knows, man. Batman 89 versus the Dark Knight. Well, that's a no-brainer. It's 89. Sorry, guys. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how I've been feeling too, Oilers, right? And just, it's a little tough for me, guys, because my collection is so diverse, right? And so many different franchises or properties, right? From 80s and 90s and you know, original trilogy, that's part of that to me, but that's like my Star Wars. So I don't know. There's some things I've been thinking about, and I haven't done anything yet set in stone because I'm not quite done with this either. I do have some other plans, and I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to follow through with it or not. But I don't have a lot of time if I'm going to do it. Doc Smizzle, what's up, Doc? Dude, I'm sad we haven't had a fight for Catwoman. I know. That'd be pretty damn cool. Hell yeah, custom Mrs. Doubtfire. That would be great. I see the Superman behind you. Have you seen the third-party Superman and Lois? I did. I also saw the SSR black suit Superman from the comics with the mullet and everything, and I don't want to drop $350 on that, but it's pretty badass. Jason, I told you, dude, just buy all my Mando. You can take it all. I'll give you a good deal on it. I promise. Did I ever play the 89 Batman video game? Mentioned as a little stream. Dude, I did. You know what's funny though about back in the day? Like, even though I saw Batman in the theater and I had the toys and all this kind of stuff, the 89 logo, well, for some reason it's not tied in my brain to Batman. It's fucking tied to the goddamn Batman cereal. You remember that shit? Like, so that's just so weird. Every time I see the logo, I just remember the cereal more than the movie or the toys, man. They got you. They got me as a kid on that shit. I don't know what it is, dude. But yeah, I did play that as well. I do like Clint Eastwood. The problem that I had with Clint Eastwood though is that I didn't want to get all the westerns. And I thought about it and I was like, well, maybe I'll just get Dirty Harry because that kind of fits thematically more in my collection, right? And then well, he sold out or whatever. He waitlisted. I was like, well, shit. So I may still get that, but although I do think I'm giving Sideshow credit on that. They've been doing a great job with all of the Clint Eastwood stuff that they've been doing. It's pretty awesome. Collecting bucket heads for me has become mandatory. I see what you did there, Bob. That's funny, man. See, even with the delayed chat, I'm having bear with me, guys. So bear with me. I got that Tweeterhead Catwoman statue lying with the. Oh, nice, dude. It looks awesome. That was something I thought about too. That's the problem as a collector, though. We want to collect like everything, and I really try to stay in the realm of 6th scale as much as I can. I've been in thirds. I've sold them. I've had quarters. I've sold them. 6th scale always is just, it remains. So it's tough. It's tough. OT all the way. They will be updated eventually. They are. Yeah, eventually. Dante, brother, man, what is good? Man, Hot Collectibles. What is up, Anthony? Making a quick stop to say hi. Man, how's your Joker? I saw it took a tumble last night. I know you were fucking around with it, so I know it wasn't like, whatever, but hopefully it's okay, man. Dante is my brother, man. So appreciate it, man. Yes, I remember that cereal. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Dude, Matt, I am, but at like a good price. I'm kind of one of those guys. So like, if it's cheap, I'll take it. If you can make more money from somebody else, do that. But I do want to get another classic, and and a Dutch, but I've been kind of debating on it right now because I'm having a little bit of an out of money experience. So there's so much shit going on that it's hard right now. Like right now, it's just a little tough to go backwards because there's so much stuff on the horizon, like right now. So I'm having, it never ends. Can't wait for the 89 Batman and Batmobile. Those will look amazing. Dude, Dante, you know it, bro. It's going to be badass, dude. Everyone thinks I'm made of money. Well, you're coming from statues, bro. Like this shit's like, these are like Black Series to you. So pick it up, bro. Grab them. What figures are you going to put on that space besides Superman? Well, Batman's there. I think I'm going to get the 84 Wonder Woman and have those three as that, right? And they're probably not going to go on that shelf. I've rearranged a bunch of shit everywhere. So, and I'm still rearranging shit everywhere. So I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I have the other, okay, so here's the thing, like above me, you guys can't really see up there. My camera's a bitch to move, but those who've seen it before, that's all my comic book stuff, right? I think I'm going to move those to another shelf. Now, all the original trilogy, all the OT stuff is in the other room. So I don't know. Is DeLorean blue screen? The fuck out of here. I have the tab up. I literally have the tab up because I was gonna talk about vehicles and shit. It doesn't show blue screen for me, so I don't know. I don't know. Safe and sound. All right, brother. That's badass. Am I like really lagging here on the chat? No, not too bad. Not too bad. Any update details on the Hot Toys Batmobile yet? No, Dogman, not yet. Well, here's the thing. So like, okay. So Monica was over there at Secret Base. I remember talking to him a little bit earlier this week. They said that they were bringing in, and we can talk about it, but damn, there's nobody here on the panel yet, but they brought in the updated Batman and they brought in another Batmobile. However, they mentioned that the Batmobile that they just brought in is the prototype for display, but they're going to be doing stuff. And he had mentioned that they told him that it's going to be larger. So are you kidding me? Doc says it's in fact blue screen. Charlie says it's not blue screen. Collector Chris says reserved for 4 minutes. Dude, guys, I can show you my screen. I have it up. Not that I don't believe you, but I have it up. I have it up right here. And like, there's no, yes, I hit refresh. So I just hit refresh on the wrong page. Oops. So let me re-add all this because I just screwed that up. Let's see. Let's go back here. I hit F5, but I was on this tab and I just refreshed the whole damn stream. So let's bring it back in here. But I don't know. I'm not sure. But it doesn't look like it to me. But Sideshow's just, it could be like, put it in my cart. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, you're right. You guys are right. What the fuck? Did you text me? Sorry, man. My phone's usually on do not disturb when I'm streaming out of courtesy for everybody. But yeah, you're right. Shit, dude. Yeah, you're right. Fuck, Dante. Yeah, everybody. Okay. Yep, it is blue screened. Yeah, okay, you can still add 6. All right, but geez. All right, so we've got a blue screen DeLorean. Fuck. All right. Good to know. I looked at my pre-order list for the second half of the year and kind of freaked out, but I'll get ahead of it when I can. I've almost got everything paid off for the first half. That is, bro, that's the big thing right there, right? Like, you always juggling your collection. But Bob also brings up a good point. I don't trust any weekend blue screens because that does happen a lot. We've seen that on the weekend, and then it's like, it's okay. So I don't know. It did shoot up to the bestsellers list since it released. Well, from what I was told from all the little birdies is that it's a very low run for the DeLorean. So I'm going to listen to that because they don't have anything to gain, right, by telling me that, right? Because they're not employees. So I don't know. So, okay, well, yeah, man, let's talk, man. Hit me up. I mean, if you're trying to trade or what, I don't know though, but yeah, just let me know because I'm definitely interested in one of those. Don't worry, he's in the shadows. Denobi's always here. Denobi's always chilling. So, but okay, so blue screen, we'll see what happens after the weekend. You know, it's not something you want to like mess around with though if you do want the DeLorean, right? That's a big deal. You know, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight, but you know, nobody's my panel is not here. So, but you know, the show must go on. But I was just going to say that like all these vehicles are coming. So I don't know who's all buying vehicles or not. I really don't know. But DeLorean, the Batmobile, whatever version you choose, the Ecto 1 Afterlife. What else is there right now? I mean, you've got Tumbler stuff if you're into that. Dark Knight trilogy. There's the 66 from Yoast if you've already grabbed that or you know, whatever. There's so much stuff. Not going to risk it, just pre-order now. Well, you know, listen, here's the thing though. It's I don't think it's too prudent if you're going to pre-order right now anyway, knowing that you want the vehicle because it should be shipping like soon, right? It's not like you're like, oh fuck, it still has a year until it arrives. Like the DeLorean should be shipping hopefully by next month. So if you really want it, man, absolutely get it. Haas Hometown Hero says that's a nice like button you have. Oh hey, yeah, would be a shame so much. Yeah, man, 110 in here, man. Hit that like button, hit that dislike if you don't like it. It's all good. Just engage, man. It helps the algorithm. Totally does. Yeah, I kind of feel like if you want something, just secure and be safe. 100%, man. 100%. DK says I only collect Bat vehicles. Those Clone Wars vehicles are tempting. See, that's what's so great about my collection. With my collection, right? Not, you know, just because it's mine. But is that I'm not partaking in Clone Wars stuff, right? I'm not doing that. So for me, it's cool because I don't need a Bark Speeder. I don't need a ATRT. I don't need any of that, or nor do I want any of it, right? So I feel a little more liberated when it comes to purchases like that, because if I was deep in there, I would have nothing but problems compared to everything else. What's up, man? Layla's here.
What's up, brother?
I'm just holding down the fort, bro. How you doing?
Where's everybody else at?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So you know, they'll probably make it. I'm guessing. We're
yeah,
half hour
it's been a busy night, bro. Like it's been busy for everybody. That's why I was like, you know, we've been running around pretty much all night. So I was like, what's up?
Nothing. I appreciate you know, coming through, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know, we were just talking stuff, and I know you're not really in it, but
what's up?
DeLorean's blue screen.
Oh yeah. Not definitely not my
You're like me with the Bark Speeders. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like,
it definitely wasn't something for me. So I mean, I'm happy for everybody else getting it, but I mean, you know, raised on the movies, love the movies itself. You know what I mean? I came up, well, of course, born before it dropped, but still, you know, I love the Back to the Future franchise, but not enough to really collect the figures or the IP.
Right.
So I leave that to everybody else who's excited about it. You know what I mean?
Yo, and you know, that's what I was saying. I think I was talking to Mario or Jay. I was talking to somebody about it, and I actually referenced you in that conversation because of what you just said and because you said that before. And I was talking about like the Mando stuff, and I was thinking about
Mhm.
And I've been thinking about it for months, dude. But I've been thinking about getting out of the whole Mando line, just being like, fuck it. I don't, because of my collection and where it is. You know, it's just more. It's more nostalgia based than modern based, and you know, and I tried to break that down. I was like, well, I still love Star Wars, and I'll still watch Star Wars, but I don't necessarily feel like, oh, I need to get all of that, right? You know, that's kind of why I got rid of the prequels to begin with in the Rogue One. Like, they're cool, and I'll still watch Rogue One. You know, I will, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to have those in the collection, right?
Yeah. Well, see, that for me is because I'm a Star Wars fan. So anything that drops, you know, representing the IP.
I weren't Heir to the Empire. We're all but you know what I mean? Like, it's
I know, I got you. I'm
hard.
just saying, for me, that's why
you got that all-in mentality.
Yeah, I got the all-in mentality when it comes to Star Wars, bro. But everything else, like, even like, you know, with Marvel properties, there's pieces that I won't get. You know what I mean? There's things that I'll just say, nah, I don't really need to get everything. And I've been scaling back anyway, because like I said, the IP right now is just a bit congested with, you know, so much stuff that's dropping. But, you know, for Star Wars, you know, it is what it is, bro. I mean, that's you know, I'm all in on the IP, always have been. So, you know what I mean? It's just nostalgic for me, big time. But I think, like I said, for everybody, they just got to choose a spot. Choose your spots. You know what I mean? Choose your spots. Choose what you're into, what you want to collect. You know what I mean? You can't have them all. You know what I mean? You don't have to have them all. But just choose your spots.
That's all you can do, right? I mean, and it comes. You and I are similar in that sense, where like we're well over the hundreds of figures, probably over the 200s, right? Mario as well. And when you get to a certain point, it becomes this. It's no longer really like. It's not even really a question of like, can you afford it? Because you've been doing it for so long that we have a system. There's a rhythm that we're used to, whether we pre-order, whether we go to certain, you know, whatever, right? We're comfortable in however we collect, but it comes to that point where it's then it becomes like space, right? Space
camera glitching. Does it look?
I guess it is, because I seen it flickering and I thought maybe it was my computer, but
hold on, let me see.
Yeah, your camera's having some weird artifacts going on there.
That's really weird. I've never seen that before. It is. Hold on, I'm still here. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. It's really
getting way worse. Yep. Yeah, dude, he's in the Matrix now. Yeah, maybe unplug and plug it back in. We'll give him a moment for technical difficulties. Something's going on there. Hell yeah, it looks like an old school VHS recording, man. But I don't know if half the chat knows what that is. I could just be messing around though. Joker knows. Max Headroom. Hell yeah, dude. He flew too close to the Death Star. Tron got him. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. So I'll continue that conversation when Lael fixes that. But I guess, yeah, that's kind of how I feel personally as well. Like, where my collection is kind of big, and then you don't have so much space, so then you really have to determine.
Yeah, it's not the camera. I think it's basically this. Give me a second. I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Yeah, try that. Yeah, close your browser and all that stuff. And yeah, I agree. Professoro is gonna look weird without that beard. Hell yeah, that would be pretty funny, dude. He needs some better rabbit ears. Hell yeah, dude. That's what he gets for not liking Back to the Future. That's great, man. Am I getting John Wick 4 Hot Toys? I don't think so. Never say never, but I don't think so. If I may only because John Wick's pretty cool, and they're like definitively one-offs, right? Because I may have a shelf that's dedicated to some modern era, like one-off stuff, right? But currently it's like everything I have is like through in the 80s or the 90s, or at best like early 2000s, right? stuff like that. So I don't necessarily know. There you go.
Yeah, I think it was the cable. The cam link cable itself was kind of acting up.
Oh,
So I had to kind of readjust it a little bit. So
hey,
I don't know. We'll
it
see.
wasn't your camera.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't a camera.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it wasn't a camera.
What I was saying was, yeah, like we get to that point where like our collections are just big, so then you have to choose, and you've decided to kind of take it back a bit on Marvel if it's not.
Yeah, Marvel. I mean,
Wars,
for
you're
me,
like,
like I
boom.
said, Star Wars, I would never compromise, bro. I'll never compromise Star Wars because, like I said, that's just for me. You know, I mean, again, that's purely nostalgic for me. I have my comics to kind of supplement for what it is I don't get from Marvel, but yeah, you just again, you can't have it all, bro. You can't have it all. Then you got to really decide whether or not you want it all. But I mean, it's going to be for some. What may be for some may not be for others, bro. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. Because God, I've gone. I don't want to sound like a flip flopper, but over the years, you know what I mean. I've sold a lot. Like I've just been like, I'm out. I just fuck it. I'm out. For whatever reason, I just didn't feel like with Marvel, with the MCU, it's kind of a tragic comedy of sorts, right? Because you know how deep rooted it goes back for you and I in comic books, so that when the MCU started, it was kind of a dream come true in a way, right? Because we get to see all this on the big screen now, the stuff that we grew up reading, and I feel like for a while it was good, it was great. And then the past few years, it's been like okay for me. It hasn't done it for me. So and then when I start seeing more comic book style figures coming out, I gravitate more towards that. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm done. Why am I collecting all these if I'm not really into them? And then just that's why I got rid of them all. I was like, whatever. It's not to say I don't like others, right? Like I got rid of all my Rogue One, but it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit for me.
It doesn't fit for what you're looking for. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, as much as I love them, I do kind of miss them. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you turn a corner sometimes, and you're like, oh yeah, I don't have that shit anymore. Or I see like some old memories or some photos on my social media, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have these anymore. But I'm not losing sleep over it, man. It's all about curating your collection, right, as best as we can, and then with yours being mostly Star Wars, and that, dude, it's awesome because then you have this vision of where you're going.
I know what I want and what I'm aiming for. With everything else, like I said, that's why, like I said, these one-offs, these different IPs, like the only one-offs, there's certain things that I'll get that, Alita, I knew I had to have Alita. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's basically what it was for me. I needed to have that. But for Star Wars, it's just, I'm talking about like things that, even back in the day when I was young, on this level, the craftsmanship when it comes to these pieces now, the detail that you have, these things that you're able to get your hands on, it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I need to have that. So again, I know that there's a lot of people who, here's the thing, bro. I'm just learning. I mean, I'm not even learning. We've known this. Like I said, there's things that will make people happy. There's things that people are like, yeah, nah. It's just not working for me. But I just know with Star Wars, I know what I'm getting. You know what I mean? So
right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree completely. That's where your path lies. Right, whereas mine has become more nostalgic in a sense. Well, absolutely, I guess, right? I mean, I still love the new stuff. Oh, your camera's messing up again.
It's just that comm link.
It's just the cable
moving around. Yeah.
When I see older stuff that I enjoyed and then I still enjoy, that's what really pulls me in more, right? It's like, okay, so like, in the other room, I got all the OT stuff. And then on the bottom area, I've got all this Mando stuff. And it's not like I physically don't see them, right? They're there. They're not like hidden, like on a bottom shelf. They're kind of lower than the OT. but I always gravitate to that OT. You know, I'm just like, man, these are so badass. Like,
Yeah.
And then I appreciate the new Star Wars, but it doesn't draw me in like that. Nor like with anything behind me, right? And then let's not forget it's all X06 stuff too, right? So there's space involved. That's where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to kind of really decide, and over time your collections you adapt sort of, right? And you evolve, and and yours may just be to be like fine-tuning that Star Wars collection, right? Because it's over the years it's gotten more and more refined and filled in and whatnots. But you're right, like we can't get everything. Rob thought we were starting at 7, by the way, so I think he's coming, but I think he's coming a little late. I was like, no, 7 my time. You're not on my time zone. I don't think so. You guys don't change. Nobody changes yet, right?
Not until next month.
Next month? Okay. So, well, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. Yeah, Braden, dude, nostalgia is always strong. That's bro, that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's totally that. Never owned a 1/6 scale vehicle before, but I'm about to finish paying off the Ecto one. I got a 22 Batmobile and Justice League Mobile pre-ordered as well. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, are you getting, so I know you had mentioned on your show with the Batmobile, are you gravitating more towards Jazz Inc?
Oh, I knew I was getting Jazz Inc. So I already got that pre-order. You know what I mean? That's just basically where it's at. You know, and it's nothing against the Hot Toys version. You know what I mean? It's definitely nothing against that piece, bro. But for me, you know, I just think that for the detail, for the quality of what I want, the realism, I'm just going the way of Jazz Inc. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, it's good that people have options now, bro. You know, if you want something high end, you can get something high end. If you don't want anything high end, you don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what you're looking for.
Dude, totally. Like, because I'm still on the fence, right? Just especially because of recent light where they said that Hot Toys is going to be increasing the size of the Batmobile. They just haven't done it yet, right? So they're still showing off this prototype. It's not really so much, you know, and I've said it I've been saying it all week, dude. Like, it's not a one or the other. I think they're both great for both reasons, right? They all have their own reasons there. Mario, what's good, dude?
What's happening, fellas? How's everyone doing tonight?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Doing good, brother.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, man. Just last minute shit that took longer than expected, but I'm here, man. I'm here.
Well, I'll give you a quick heads up. The DeLorean's on blue screen.
Oh, flop.
Yep.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, so it could be a weekend fluke.
I don't know. But it could be. That's the thing. We don't know yet, dude. We don't have like a sample size of for anything of this bullshit. We've seen plenty of times to where they've pulled this off before, where something goes blue screen, but yet it goes back into stock like a couple, especially on the weekend. By Monday, it's back in stock.
Exactly. The weekend. I think Bob was pointing that out earlier too.
Yeah.
We've seen the weekend trickery. So
yeah. So I just don't know what to believe. And for me personally, I mean, I was just talking about this, man. And
you were just talking about me?
I was talking to you about this. Was what I mean.
Oh, okay. Well,
we were chatting about this, man. And I'm thinking about picking it up. You know, I'm still on the fence about it. But if I miss it, I miss it. It's not the end of the world. No big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we'll just have to wait and see. For me, I'm just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So I'm just not ready for it yet because I did drop a pre-order for the original one. Or not the original, I'm sorry, the 89 Batmobile for the Hot Toys one. You know, Marco's had an incredible discount on that I couldn't say no to. And I had to pay that in full, man. And I can't, I can't get a DeLorean right now if I wanted to. So it's just not a good time for me.
It's not in the cards, huh? Okay.
Not right now, man.
All right. Well, let me ask Lael this because I was gonna wait for Rob, but we'll see if he's running through. But so you're picking up the Jazz Inc. So my question is, for those who I already know this, so this is kind of a for the panel. But do you own any vehicles currently?
For me?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the so I have Ray's Speeder, and I also have the Tumbler. and I have the bat pod on its way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, because that was one thing I wanted to talk about tonight too, is like for people that don't know and that are into it, like finding a place for vehicles is not an easy task, right? Unless you have either like a Moji case or some type of custom shelving, or you have and I feel like a lot of people out there don't necessarily know, right? Like, how does it, like, are you prepared? And if so, like, do you become this vehicle collector of sorts, right? Is it because vehicles to me almost are like that beginning of getting into, like, say, 6 scale figures, right? Like, a lot of people, and let's just say, for topic's sake, like a hot toy, somebody finds out what hot toys are, they get their first hot toy, and then all of a sudden it blows up, right? And in a short amount of time, they end up having like quite a bit, 20 or 30 hot toys, for example. I've heard that a lot. A lot of people just like, oh shit, and they just dive in. I feel like vehicles are kind of that way too. Like, once you have a vehicle, I guess it depends on the person, but you're like, ooh, okay, I want another, and I want another, and then it's like, but the space is like a big factor. Like, you have to plan ahead. You know what I mean? Like, are you planning ahead, I guess is what I'm wondering. Like, for the DeLorean, like or not the DeLorean, I'm sorry, the Batmobile.
Oh yeah,
you have a plan.
But like, and see, for me, I chose not to go the way. Like I said, I had the Moji cases I sold. I got rid of them. I just didn't want them, myself. But what I've done is I've replaced those with a cheaper option, which is I got garage shelves, and I'm modifying the garage shelves for it. That's going to give me the space that I need. So I didn't want to. And it's cheaper. It's less price than what I would actually have to pay, and also wait for Moji cases. So I myself just chose not to go that route. But I have, garage. Me and Toya today just went and picked up a couple of them to replace certain things. So yeah, I'm going more the route of those than I am Moji cases, because I just, number one, I don't want to pay that price for it, and I don't want to wait. I already did that once. I'll never do it again. You know what I mean? So.
I feel you. Yeah. Rob, you made it, my friend.
I'm sorry. I profusely apologize. I spaced. I was like thinking 7 o'clock.
Rob,
your time.
I know what you were doing, bro. I know what you were doing, bro. Rob, you already know I know what you were doing.
Look at that smile. Like, he's not denying it, man.
That is not true. I've been running around all day. I did a member call for my channel today. It was great. We had a great. That was a great show. I got a clip out last night on Midnight Musings with Lael. We went in. These guys, we did a deep dive into hip hop, the history of hip hop.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to clip that section out and put it up on its.
Yeah,
we never talk music, and Lael's knowledge is deep on the subject of hip hop and rap. And I was like, wow, I learned a lot. So I think other people will dig that.
Definitely fun. That was definitely
because we never talk about music.
Yeah. But it was deep. It was fun. Educational, but it was good to see that everybody out in the chat had vivid memories as well.
They were loving it.
Yeah, they loved it, bro. Like, they were all in on it, man. Like, we went from hip hop to jazz to classical. We went through like a whole discography of like just music.
Oh, wow. And
that was beautiful, bro.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Rob, if you actually clip that, I'd love to see that, man.
Yeah, I'm going to clip it out tonight and put it up, because it's just Lael's knowledge is deep. He's a wise man, and I'm going to start calling him the Professor.
That's
the Professor of
How dare you?
The Professor of Beats.
That's awesome.
He knows.
About the maestro of music. How about that?
It's really the maestro of music. He's really, what's really interesting is that, music is such an integral part to American history.
Yeah.
And we are, like, we talked a little bit of jazz, and jazz is a uniquely American art form. It's a black art form, and we are in the middle of Black History Month after all.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting to talk music like that, because my favorite musician of all time is Prince, and he was influenced by all of those things. He had a side project called Madhouse, which was instrumental jazz. He did it was kind of a fusion of jazz and funk. And he did these albums. There was Madhouse 8 and Madhouse 16. And they were great. You know, and he even I have a bootleg that he collaborated with Miles on, and you know, it was great stuff. And having people like Quincy Jones end up producing like Michael Jackson, and they didn't want Quincy Jones to produce Michael Jackson because they're like, well, he's the jazz guy, and it's
not
like,
knowing his knowledge and just basically his, you know, I mean, he's eclectic in music itself. There's you know, there's even, you know, known facts that there's even been a lot of, you know, not just alternative, but like even, you know, a lot of country stars that have actually recorded with Quincy Jones. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's an incredible, one of my favorite producers, modern producers, is Trevor Horn. Like back in the 80s, Trevor Horn was producing like Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and he had his album label ZTT, and I was just I loved his 12-inch remixes and crazy bombastic techno electric pop Brit-pop production. But
for me, modern is Rick Rubin.
I mean, well, I remember Rick Rubin produced a record by the Cult. The Cult did their album Love, and then Rick Rubin did the album after that, Electric. You know, and he produced Beastie Boys. And I think I didn't talk about this last night, but I still think the Beastie Boys' second record, Paul's Boutique, is one of the great hip-hop records ever made. It's incredible.
Did you watch the Apple TV thing a couple years ago? Beastie Boys, they did like it was a documentary, or I didn't. Yeah, it was like, it's cool. It's on Apple TV if you have it, but it was like they were on a stage in like an auditorium with a big screen behind them that kind of goes through this anthology of like how they started and this and this and that, and like it was really cool. It was really cool.
The Criterion Collection, believe it or not, the home video, they put out a disc, the Beastie Boys anthology, that was a collection of their music videos and stuff, and it's really interesting. I mean, it was really, because I was talking about my love of 80s LL Cool J, you know, Walking with a Panther, and because I love that stuff. I Need Love. I love that stuff. I mean, it was, you know, and I grew up kind of with that, and you know, it was. I remember as a kid hearing Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight, and I wish. Did you watch the Baz Luhrmann TV series about the birth of hip hop in 70s New York? That when you had like Kool Herc and all that. That first season of that was awesome. I love it.
You know what, and the thing is, and when you talk about Paul's Boutique, the Beastie Boys, that album Paul's Boutique was one of the first official albums that went from ADAT to VSTs. So basically they switched. They're the ones that kind of helped to originate the VST sound, and that's when you're basically going from, you know, just to more digital. But what happened was they had three live drummers who came together. They were drumming at the same time, and they cut the sounds, made it more digital, and then they actually did a low pass to muffle the sound and muffle the kick. So what you're hearing is like digital sounds kind of composed with like live music and stuff like that, but they were the first to do it, to basically make that transition to VSTs. Incredible, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, what's interesting, I first saw the Beastie Boys, they were on tour with Madonna. They opened for Madonna,
dude. Yeah,
and I saw that, and it was, people didn't like that, and I was like, they had the big pneumatic dick on the stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Remember that? Bro. And I loved it. You know, that was back when they were you got to fight for your right to party, you know, and all that in those days.
Yeah, bro.
But
hell yeah.
Fucking
you know, and then after
that,
that's when I started listening to, like, you know, after that was Wu-Tang Clan and Eric B. and stuff.
Hell yeah, bro.
All that great production and all the sampling.
Yes.
I mean, Wu-Tang Clan still is one of the great, in terms of their deep cuts on martial arts films and stuff. Shogun Assassin.
Dude, it was crazy for me because I don't know how we're fucking Rob. That word music. No, but like growing up in Chicago, dude, it was really weird because like I would listen to more of that Eastern style music, and then when I moved to the West Coast, it was so weird at the time because, you know, we didn't have internet, we didn't have any of that, and like it felt very rivalry, right? Because people over the West didn't really listen to the East. They're like, no, fuck those guys. Like, and I was like, really? So it was weird, like coming out here, then all of a sudden there was a whole different style of music out here. Because likewise, back in Chicago, nobody really listened to stuff over here in the West. It's weird looking back at stuff like that where you're like, pre-internet days where there was really a lot of different style of cliques that just tribalism, right? Like everybody's just kind of stuck in their own era, and then now we have like everything available to us at any time, and everybody's more open. It's just crazy.
Well, you got people collaborating around the world now. You can, with this kind of technology, you can be in a studio in Buenos Aires and record beats for somebody that's in Paris.
Yes,
you know, and do it in real time, and then you record your files, and you're completely connected.
That's what I'm dealing with right now, bro. And that's what I've been doing pretty much all week. Normally around January, February, again, everybody is really putting time in to get music done before like spring, summertime, because so that's when major releases. And again, they want to push for that like 6 to 7 month arc to try to get to like the you know, the not the Grammys, but the Grammys.
Yeah.
So you know, they're actually pushing for it. So again, you have like a, but like I mean, right now I'm working on a track from an alternative band, like I was telling Boy and Bear, they're from Australia. I'm working with them, and like literally, I'm getting, it's a total of 87 tracks, but they're giving me these tracks like separately, so I'm doing it day by day, because it's a lot of tracks, and I'm just getting their vocals, mixing their vocals, their instruments and stuff like that. So I have to mix. So I mix from here, then I have to take it to the studio to master. So it's crazy, bro. It's a crazy.
Yeah, we saw stuff like that back in what was 2003. Lil, you remember Foreign Exchange with Nicolay and Infante?
Yeah,
and they got together. They did that, man. The dude was producer from the Netherlands, putting together music, and then they were just rhyming over here from the States.
Yep.
You know, and they just collabed and just did the Foreign Exchange, man. That was such a dope album. That
Hell
one.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Now, I gotta ask. This is totally not on the music subject. One of the topics on the thumbnail you were talking about, are there InArts? Have you talked about quality control issues with Joker?
I have not talked about any of it tonight.
Because I want to talk about, because mine's totally paid off, including shipping.
Same. Yeah. So I was riding. Dude, I was riding solo for like 35 minutes. So it's okay. So I was just riffing with the audience. Not you. It's not your fault.
No.
Lails and everybody. It was just like, damn, nobody's fucking here.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know. And also the Moducase issue. Like, here's the thing about, like, I like my Moducases, but like I wanted to get some DF-120s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to wait 9 months to get DF-120s. I want them right now.
Brian told us now that it's about a 4-month turnaround, 4 to 5 months. So I kind of want to place an order with him just to see if that's actually the case.
But that's like July. 5 months from now.
That's a lot better than 13, man. It's still gonna be a little bit of a wait.
I mean, I don't understand. The whole point of having Moducases is to make them expandable at will. And I get it, but they can't be that expensive to produce. They have to be selling a ton of those things because so many collectors are buying them, and I really like them. Like I have 9 DF60s, and I wanted to, and what I'm just taking them apart because I'm now gonna, instead of having individual cases, I'm gonna make 3. So there's
just like a nice little cube there.
Yeah, I mean, but it's there's not going to be anything in between, so they're going to be completely open. Now, I'd rather have
fit really good in DF60s.
What is going to fit really good in the DF60?
Well, first, Sluggin16 with a $5 super chat. He did mention, Lael, did you make a decision on the Moducases from when Peter made that video with the shelves?
No, actually, I made the decision after getting them in, bro. Like after I got them in and saw what I was working with versus the vision, of what I wanted to do, and would that vision work with everything else that I have, and it just didn't work. It's nothing against it. I mean, they're beautiful pieces, but I mean, it just wasn't for me. It didn't work for me, and I think that the getting the garage shelves for me works better because I'm able to modify them the way I want. I can customize them the way I want, and get, just that level of expansion that I need when it comes in the collection. It just looks better for me. You know what I mean?
And that's what I did a few years ago. Same thing. Like it's because I can customize it exactly how.
Exactly. You can customize it the way you want it, to the point where you don't have to worry about. And the thing is expense, man. Like I really don't like the simple fact that you're spending that much money for wait time, for a certain amount of time, and then I want to see the product in front of me. I want to know what I'm getting. I want to be able to say, all right, this vision is, I'm going to make this work this way. And again, like I said, I mean, it's what may be for some may not be for others. And it's not to knock module cases because they're beautiful pieces. It just didn't work for my vision of what I wanted. So the ones that I had, I sold. I got rid of them.
Yeah, what I'm frustrated by is I want to get shelves for my DF60s.
Yeah,
the inside of them, and they sell the shelves, but again, they don't have them. You have to wait.
Really?
And I think so. I mean, I wanted to get the ones that go in the DF60s because
no, I was told that they're readily available, like accessories like that, lights, and shelves, things like that. It should be readily available.
Okay, good.
It should be readily available. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna order them because I want the shelves space. I want the spaces. Because what I want to do is I wish I had the DF120s, but I mean, I would love to get 3.
I mean, Brian did do some turnaround stuff. I love that. I know you meant Moducase, but I love that you
Medicare
said you
was
never
funny.
ordered Medicare.
That was funny. That was so funny.
I never ordered Medicare.
Hell yeah, because I may change my mind. No, but Brian, yeah, he did. Like Mario mentioned, they built some new warehouse and
they moved.
Got some robots, arms, stuff. So they're going to be banging out these cases quicker. But
yeah, it's the whole point is that it's supposed to be expandable, and you want to expand and like, okay, I want to be able to order them and get them in a day or two and expand my stuff, and do it. I don't want to wait.
I know
because I don't have time to sit there and wait.
Yeah,
Rob, we're Hot Toys collectors, man. We should be used to waiting for 2-3 years for figures, man. I mean, let alone a few months for Moducases. Cases. Come on, man.
I can't even.
This is what we do.
It's such a bizarre hobby. I mean, the waiting. I have a dream. I'm gonna die, and then there's gonna be Hot Toy figures arriving years after my death, and people are gonna be like, "What are these things?"
Yeah.
At my old address, so they'll sell the house, and they'll just be some kid will be like, "Oh my God, look at this, Mom! It's a Hot Toy."
Yeah.
I get that.
You know what? And that's the thing, bro. Like I said, for the hobby though, but the greatest thing about this hobby though is it kind of helps us. It helps us to be a bit more creative, and inventive.
That's true.
Where you're basically just like you start MacGyvering everything that you get. You know what I mean? Pretty much, you got to maneuver around. Okay, this might work. I can get this, do that. You can kind of customize things the way you want.
Brandon.
Yeah, what I mean. So I think that's just the beautiful part of this hobby. But again, when it comes to like module cases and everything, for me it was just mainly that long period of time that I waited, and then I didn't know, even though I knew this, everything that I was getting, the measurements and all that, seeing it in person was something totally different.
Yep.
And it just I didn't attach myself to it the way I thought I would. So I was just like, yeah, let me try something different. So then when I went and looked at the garage shelves and kind of got the idea from that, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to work. This is going to work the way I want it. Then I can actually, shift the shelves up and down a certain way. They kind of work. And it just gives me the features that I want. I could change the background. I can, put risers in if I want, depending on where I want it, how I want to do certain things. It just gives me more options there than what I would get from a module case.
Do you plan on sealing them up with acrylic, or are you just going to leave everything out in the open?
Oh, not so. Basically, I'm gonna do this. The reason I don't really, I was talking to fucking, I keep forgetting his name.
That guy,
that one guy at that one
dude.
That guy,
living room.
Costa.
Yeah, he's the one that Anthony's case is right behind him. Those Costa cases,
Costa.
bro.
Yeah,
patent pending.
Yeah, so
Mario always gives me shit even though I've had these for years. People always thought they were module cases. I'm like, no, it's garage shelves. Like,
they're garage shelves. So basically, like, just talking to Costa and him just kind of like giving me like a tutorial on certain things. I was like, yo, like, yeah, like it was, because I had the idea, but just talking to him, I was like, that works. But see, what I'm doing is I'm not even using like the acrylic. I'm actually, again, Michaels, bro. Michaels has always works for me, and I know what I'm going to actually get from how I want it to work. And so far, it's doing a good job. So.
Oh yeah, Dude, real quick. Yeah, so I've been working on this for a while, and shout out to Joel, man, because I couldn't get the damn sculpt that I wanted, and he shipped it to me. So this is my.
Ooh.
I think he's finally. Oh shit! I'm gonna drop him. I'll just show you really quick. I think he's finally done.
Nice.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's the one you had the Thor sculpt on for a minute, right?
Yeah, because I just put a head on him because I just needed something. But yeah, it's an M34 Fison body.
Nice.
And then I just got them all tricked out, dude, with a bunch of different military
That
geared
is badass,
straps and
dude.
holsters, and underneath the arms, you can kind of see underneath the arms.
Yeah.
I got pistols on
Look
both
at that.
sides here.
Dude,
He's finally
Nice.
done.
That looks
He's
good.
finally done.
How can
That
I
looks
get
good.
how can I get my Ben Affleck head onto a Fison body?
Oh, well.
I want to get him onto this body.
Bobby D's your man. Bob Dylan, can you assist?
Yeah. Oh, because he's got a full neck, huh?
Yep.
Bob, if you're in the chat, well, Bob's in the chat. Maybe Bob
He's
can
Well, the
tell
thing
you.
is, I can't. It doesn't. Yeah, the full neck. I mean, is it? Should I just give up or get a different body? I guess because I'm trying to make a Bruce Wayne. That's what I've got the Bruce Wayne clothes, the whole suit and the overcoat, and I want to use this Justice League Batman head.
Okay. Well, Bob says he's sending you some options right now.
Oh, well, thank you. That Bob Dylan man. Every time I look at his Facebook feed, I get jealous.
He made me so mad today, bro,
Yeah.
because he sent me a picture
agree.
of this. Whoever, I guess it was a custom. Somebody did a custom Tuscan
I
Warrior,
know.
the female Tuscan Warrior, and it was
No way.
beautiful. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
He tugged me in it, and I'm like, I'm so mad because like I want it. I don't know where I would actually get it from. I'm just like I want that figure so bad, bro.
Dude,
I
Bob
want it so
Dylan
bad.
is the man. I mean,
Patience.
He finds everything, bro.
I have an Affleck armored Batman because of him.
Bro,
But
he finds everything.
Did you see the Iron Man? What is it? Iron Man? Was it the 85 that he had? It's all the LEDs put in.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, come on.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He
Hold the
finds
phone,
everything.
man.
He
Yeah.
does.
I'm gonna hit him up for like if he can actually find me the very first, or actually the material that Jesus used to make his sandals. If he can find me that, bro, yeah, I think he can find that for me. He can find me the material that Jesus used to make them sandals, because that's he can find everything.
And then you'll retwine all that for
Yeah.
the straps on your Jyn Urso.
Exactly.
Ah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Look. So here was the thing. So like Joao Big Bretta, his Joker, the base, right? The jail cell base is like super heavy, where he's got to like tape it to hold it.
Yeah.
And I had noticed that,
Yeah.
and then a couple people were saying like with the die-cast weapons are too heavy, and the magnets just keep coming out. So I don't know if that's for everybody, right? But I've just been hearing that around.
Have
this
people
past
been getting
week or
the
so.
figure? Is it out in China?
Oh yeah. Joao
Some
said his
countries in the
since
States have them.
a couple months, and then we have some here in the States. So I don't know. And I remember last time, Rob, when you were here, you had mentioned, because you had seen them, the ones when you went down to LA.
I visited Justin when he was here. I held the Aragorn. Those figures are incredible.
Mhm.
They're really incredible. And that box, I mean, it was a different box they have now. That box was huge. What I love is the capsules that the head sculpts go
Yeah,
in.
I like that.
Yeah, man. Those
That I
are
Those
thought
are
it's a nice
awesome.
touch.
I mean,
Yeah.
and everything was so cool. But I wasn't like putting accessories on the figure.
Mhm.
You know what I really love was the Pattinson Batman, the overcoat that he's wearing. The Bruce Wayne. I don't know what material it was. It's incredible. It was really great. So, but then again, you know what's interesting? I'll tell you something. There's still 6 scale figures. They make it seem like okay, InArts, those figures are great, no doubt about it. But it's almost like you expect light from heaven to come out of the box when you open them. and which is great, but they're still 6 scale figures. They're great 6 scale figures, but at the end of the day, they're still just that. And the way they were sold to us, it's almost like they should come with the light from heaven, because the way they talk about them, it's like these are the end all be all of, and they're still, you know, you hold on to them. They're great. I love them. And the head sculpts are amazing, but they're still 6 scale figures.
It's just like technology, man. You hold a phone in your hand, you know, a smartphone's a smartphone, whether it be an Android platform or Apple.
That's exactly
it's the same. It's the same thing, man. So we're talking about InArts. They could be like, you know, the Apple of 6 scale or what have you, man. Possibly. I'm not giving them that crown yet. You know, it's way too early to call, but it's a possibility.
I understand Rob's point, though, right? It is. It's like, because we've got some. Let's make no mistake. I mean, if we're just talking Hot Toys, we have some great figures already as it is.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
I mean, you look at that, like that new Captain America figure with the wings and stuff. It's like, to me, you put wings on a figure that's like that's a badass figure. You know, or you get, I got to tell you, on my desk at the John Campea show, I have the die cast Iron Patriot from Endgame. I love that figure. Like, I look at that figure, to me, that might be, just because of all the accessories and everything, whenever I look at it, I see it moving and firing just in my mind's eye, like the big gun at the back, the double-barreled. Whenever I look at it, it's such a weird, it's like a phenomenon. I watch the thing firing and Rhodey kind of coming back as it's, I see it in my mind's eye. I'm like, this figure, I could stare at that figure. I stare at it all day long when I'm on the John Campea show. I'm always looking at it. It's so, that figure, to me, that is one of the great figures of all time. All those, any of the die-cast Iron Man figures, when I get them, they're like next level.
They're amazing.
Dude, and that's one thing a lot of people, and I'll tell you that in a second, but I just want to say what's up to Jay, because he couldn't make it tonight, dude. But what is good, man? He said, what's up? Sorry, I couldn't be there. It's all good, man. Enjoy your birthday event right now. It's not his birthday quite yet, but he's celebrating, so
celebrating a little
dude,
bit
by
early.
all means, man. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You know, it'd be a nice celebration for Jay, Rob, right? I'm putting him on the spot.
It's still there.
It's still there, Jay. You see it?
It's right
still
here,
there.
man. It's right here.
Is Jay supposed to pick it up or something, or what's going on?
You know, I've got stuff I got to send out, but this is his. This is his.
That's awesome.
And
Rob, I gotta send him something too, man. So I'm gonna print out a UPS label if you want. And I'm not that far from you, bro. You know, you let me know.
Actually,
I'll go pick it up and send it out, man.
Combine our shipping.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, combine the shipping these days.
But that's his. I promised him it's his. I mean, look,
badass.
that's like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan just sent me an armored Batman from Batman v Superman. So by me sending out this Joker, it's just paying it forward.
That's very, very
You know
cool, man. It would go great with the InArt. Yeah, I think it would look pretty cool.
There you go.
The bank robber. But speaking of, so Joel, you know, Big Bretta, he just sent me this. This is what he was saying here, that he had to add fabric tape to the back and down to give it friction so that it wouldn't bend backwards. If you kind of see what he had to kind of do there. So I don't know if that's just a random occurrence, or does everybody have that happen? But yeah, he just sent me that. Yeah,
because
so I don't.
This is like a couple months later after he got his. So I mean, we're gonna start seeing reports of these, I'm sure, in the next couple months.
Yeah. So I wasn't too sure. And then of course, you know, I had heard some, you know, people saying that, you know, you have to have them on the base just right, because the magnets are not the whole thing, and some people's, like, there's pictures of people's in their DTOFs where like they wake up and he's just like that, leaning on the glass of the DTOF. And so I don't know long-term effects, right? Like, how do we know after a couple of months? Not that it's you know, by any means I don't think it's a bad figure, right? But things of those nature, that's where I started thinking in my head too. I was like, well, for us in the States, bro, we're paying, you know, Rob, like, you know, $1,000, $1,100. I mean, it's, so is it worth that? I don't know. You know, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And with the shipping, I mean, to me, I just look at it as an expense. You know, it's just kind of, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what it is all about, I guess. You know, it's, I mean, look, I can't, and I got mine from Toys Wonderland, and I don't know about Toys Wonderland anymore.
You still haven't received it yet?
You mean the Joker?
Yeah, the Joker. Yeah.
No.
Wow. Okay.
No, and they sent me a, I did get a shipping notice because I hadn't paid. I paid it off partially a long time ago, and then they sent me the shipping notice on January 31st.
Hold up. We got Terry up in there. Fucking dude.
Now
is this your boy?
Now let me tell you about Terry.
Go
Matalas.
ahead, Rob. I knew he
okay. Terry he's legit. He's got some great figures, and I don't know if I can say this. Can I say this, Terry? I can't hear you saying no. He has custom 1/350th scale models of the Titan and the Shrike, the ship you see at the end of the first episode of Picard, and they're fucking dope. They're really nice, and I want them.
Dude.
I mean,
Terry,
I sent Terry a picture. We both have 1/350th scale Enterprises. My refit Enterprise was beautiful, and it got smashed in my move to this place that I live in.
Are you getting the Tomy?
Yeah, I ordered the Tomy.
Okay.
And by the way, the Tomy Enterprise, I really appreciate that they keep sending out updates.
Yes.
That
they added the other shuttles and
there's more shuttles, and the fact that they've got what's his face working on the paint, because I have a fetish for starships. Like if you were in here,
and chairs.
And chairs.
I was gonna say, I thought it was chairs.
I mean, I have the master. I have the master replicas 1/350th scale Enterprise, the original series Enterprise. Terry, I can hook you up if you want a Dark Knight, Hot Toys Dark Knight figure. I have the Playmobil Enterprise, and I'm getting the Playmobil Bird of Prey. And I mean, I've got Enterprises. I've got, there are Star Trek spaceships. I can't even begin to tell you. The Eagle Moss XL. Here's a runabout from Deep Space Nine. I mean,
and listen. Speaking of Terry, since you're watching, but was that your choice? I wonder, Terry, because I know you're watching. If the Eagle Moss ships that were in the first episode of Picard.
No, man, those were replicated. They were replicated in the 25th century based on ancient.
But they were my Eagle Moss ships. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm wondering who is there. $2 super chat though, real quick, man. OG fan said, I told you this was an X06/Picard stream with R&B. Yeah, I mean, for those who don't,
why am I here?
Well, listen, and Terry's here, man. So this is awesome.
It's the week of Picard, man. Terry spent a long time, year and a half of his life making a. And by the way, can I just say I was out in the wilderness? I was taking a lot of heat from the fan community, and now they're all on my side. They've come to realize what Terry has brought to the world. Terry's like Moses, but instead of bringing down the tablets with the 10 Commandments on them, he brought 10 episodes of Star Trek Picard.
I don't even want to say it. I'm gonna say it. It's like he parted the sea of discovery, and I'm kidding.
Oh, wow.
Then we have No, I love it.
True.
Dude, so far it's been so badass. Listen, you haven't seen it. I know you're not a Star Trek fan as much. Layla, did you watch the first episode of Picard?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Well, this is Terry's the man responsible. So
really,
that's what's up.
Yes. So it's
Terry's the showrunner. He's not.
That's what's up.
He's not some guy.
Yeah, I just looked him up. I definitely just looked him up.
Yes,
he's legit. Like, he is legit. I mean, he did. Come on. When you said 12 Monkeys, bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. And by the way, you should see. He's got the ultimate man cave screening place.
I believe it, bro.
Do you know what's really funny about Terry? What you really need to know about Terry is you have to have, if you ever meet him, he has to make you popcorn.
Oh,
do tell.
He's a master popcorn. He's a gourmand when it comes to popcorn.
The connoisseur of popcornicus.
He's the man. It even says on his Twitter bio that he's a popcorn maker.
Dude.
Oh. Interesting.
I used to enjoy cooking up jalapenos, shriveling them up, and tossing them in my popcorn.
That's good.
It's good. No, it's good. It's good. Well, I'm just. I don't know. We're talking about. I know. Well, no, they're good, man. It's really good. Well, they a lot of the heat gets cooked out, and they're nice. 12-inch Moose Dream says, "Love the Picard show, Paramount Plus." And Dokinator same, dude. Thank you, Terry, for bringing Trek back.
Wow,
it's true. I know, Mario. You don't know.
Hey, I was watching Wrath of Khan a little while ago, man. Caught the first 45 minutes just to see what all the hoopla's about, or see what I can remember.
Bro, it's one of the best shows. It's one of the best movies ever made, bro.
I did not recognize Kirstie Alley, man. I was like, is that really her, dude?
Yeah, it's her, bro. It's yo. I mean, the motion picture and Wrath of Khan were like, always going to be my two of the my favorites of all time, bro. It's incredible. I love both.
I will say one thing that I have appreciated is all the references thus far, just in the first episode of what I'm seeing is the Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock and little undiscovered. Like it really, man. I don't want to fangirl right now, Terry, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everything.
Shedding a tear, man. Look at that left eye.
But you don't understand, dude. I've been a diehard Star Trek fan my whole life. And then I was so bummed after Enterprise ended the way it did, and then there was nothing. And then 2009 came, and we got these JJ movies. And for me,
are they though? Are they movies?
Yeah, man. Shoot, I love them.
No. Listen, you motherfuckers, patience. We all have patience. We collect hot toys. Look, I said for me, it was Abominations. I did not enjoy the JJ stuff. So, because I was finally excited that we were going to get something, and then let down,
dude,
and so on and so forth.
I was invited like 4 months before those movies came out. I was invited to Paramount. They have a beautiful theater on the Paramount lot to watch 20 minutes of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. And you got to go with me on this one. So they hire Anton Yelchin, who is a great actor, who is a native Russian speaker. And in Star Trek, the joke with Chekhov is that he says that everything great comes from Russia. The Garden of Eden, it was just outside Leningrad. It was. Now, for us, we viewers, we think that Walter Koenig's Russian accent is ridiculous. But in universe, he's just a Russian guy. So I thought it was really cool that Anton Yelchin, they hired an actual Russian actor who spoke Russian. His first language was Russian. So when they introduce Anton Yelchin in Star Trek 09, they make a native Russian speaker speak with a ridiculous Russian accent to the point where the computer on the ship does not recognize his voice, which is completely breaking the fourth wall. Because what they're doing is they're making a joke about Walter Koenig's bad Russian accent in universe. And they're saddling a real, because I thought there's a line reading that he gives when Vulcan's going to be destroyed by Nero's mining ship. And it's just a subtle thing. But how long does Vulcan have? And Anton Yelchin looks up and he's horrified because he's about to watch one of the founding members of the Federation, the planet, be destroyed, and he's trying to work it out in his head what he's seeing, because it's insane. He can't believe it, and he just says minutes, and it's an incredible line reading. It's just a subtle thing, and the fact that they made a joke out of Chekhov. When I was watching those 20 minutes, I got up and left. I was like, fuck these people. Fuck these people and fuck this movie and fuck them all, because they completely do not understand.
Wait, repeat that.
Fuck these people and fuck this movie. Fuck them all. But
I have Terry's comment up too. It's perfect clip.
Because you know what I realized? You know what I realized right then and there? The people that made this movie, it was a joke to them. They had nothing to offer me as a fan of great science fiction, as a fan of Star Trek, because they didn't understand it. And the fact that that movie is full of stupid bullshit through the whole movie. Like okay, let me ask you guys. This is what I love to say. So you got Nero, right? Let's imagine you guys have grown up. You've seen movies about time travel. The idea that if you went back in time, you might be able to change the past. So the whole movie is predicated on the fact that there is a villain named Nero who has a ship that comes back from the future. Basically, he's come back in time 100 years, right? Into the past. He's angry because in the future, the Hobus Nebula or whatever, a star went supernova and destroyed Romulus. He's in the past. Once he discovers he's in the past, how come he doesn't fly with his modern technology back to his Romulan homeworld and warn the Romulan government and go, yo, in 100 years, this star is going to go supernova, destroying this planet and our entire civilization? I mean, wouldn't you? Well, if you're mad about if you were a refugee from a planet, no one even mentions that in this stupid, ridiculous science fiction movie that they labeled with Star Trek.
Well, Jor-El tried that. That didn't work out so well for him either.
But he didn't have 100 years of time. I mean, this is 100 years in the past. And I can't watch a movie where the villain is the dumbest villain ever portrayed on screen in a science fiction film. I mean, he finally figures out, like, okay, you're back in time, and what happens? You've got Captain Rabaul, who's a great captain of the Kelvin. Nero, who's got more technology. There's nothing this poor starship can do. He brings Rabaul over to his ship, and Nero's like, this is the beginning of the movie. Nero's like, we're looking for Ambassador Spock. Now remember, he's come back from 100 years. That would like be me if I had a ship and I went back 100 years to Los Angeles history, and I went into the chief of police or something, and I said, hey, do you know who Gavin Newsom is?
Right.
I mean, this is in 1922, or 23 LA. And so because the chief of police doesn't know who Gavin Newsom is, I pick up a pike and impale him because I can't get the information I need. This is the beginning of the movie. I mean, the movie it's like, I can't, that movie is so stupid on so many levels. It'd be like, it's cool. No, it's not. That movie is everything wrong with modern America wrapped into a franchise IP film. It's everything about it is all about how our civilization has gone to hell. And
you're not wrong.
And I thought that it couldn't get worse. And then I went and saw Into Darkness. And the greatest thing about that movie is, the funniest thing about that movie is, so in Space Seed, they find the Botany Bay drifting in space, and they look into their own historical tapes, and they figure out who Khan is. Well, in universe, in Into Darkness, nobody knows who Khan is. They don't even know, and so in the movie, it's the best thing. If you watch in the movie, he goes, and when Benedict Cumberbatch, and he does a pretty good job, I gotta say, he says, He did. I'm Khan. And Kirk and Spock are like, it's almost like Djimon Hounsou in Guardians of the Galaxy going, who? I mean, it's like they have not established, like, if I had directed this movie, I would have said it would have opened in India 1996, and you would have seen the launch platform with the Botany Bay, the DY-100 class or whatever, and the last of the Allied forces were closing in, and Khan's people barely make it onto their ship, and it lifts off, and cut to the opening credits or whatever. They don't establish who Khan is in that movie. They just expect everybody to know from Star Trek to the Wrath of Khan who this dude is.
Right. Tell us how you really feel, Rob.
No, I'm telling you, these movies are monumentally stupid. Both of them. They're examples of I mean, they don't make a lick of sense.
Mm-mm.
Why are 72 genetic supermen put inside of torpedoes? Why? And why does Peter Weller want the Enterprise to go to the Klingon homeworld and fire 72 torpedoes onto the surface of Kronos?
You know, the only thing I enjoyed with
Why?
that, and it was just my, I don't know what it is, but I like the Vengeance. I did like the ship.
Okay, you want to bring that up? All right, I got a question for you, buddy.
All right.
Okay, here's a question about this movie. So, The Vengeance, would you not say that the plot of the movie is that Peter Weller is building this super secret spaceship, the Vengeance, in orbit around Jupiter at a special secret facility?
I think I watched it once.
Okay, would you? The answer to that question is yes.
Which is
right?
kind of counterintuitive, having something that massive.
Okay, but why does he have a model of that same ship in his office? Well, he's building a super secret spaceship, and in his office, in his litany of starships. Like, if I walked into his office, I'd be like, bruh,
what's that, right?
What's that giant black starship that has a huge hole in the middle of the primary hole? What is it with these idiots and their primary holes that have holes in them? The Discovery, hole in it. What kind of structural space frame is that? God damn, I hate modern Star Trek. God damn, I love Picard.
Well, yes, 3. Picard season 3 is amazing, Terry.
Probably not watching. He's like, he can't listen to this anymore.
Is he? Well, let's see.
Sent him away.
Terry's still here. He's still in the chat.
Well, I hope he's
still
laughing.
watching. He's probably just taking notes.
No, he hates when I talk.
No, I know.
But no, these movies are the movies are one day I would love to teach a college course, and I want to compare and contrast A New Hope with The Force Awakens, and show and teach and show, and the original version of A New Hope, the despecialized version of the 4K negative. I have many versions of the original Star Wars, and teach a course about how not to write a movie. But
people will listen.
No, they'll listen because I won't be angry.
Sure, I'll listen.
Oh,
I'd love to hear that.
You won't be angry, all right?
I won't be angry, but no, I think Star Trek 09 and Star Trek Into Darkness are two of the most monumentally dunderheaded movies ever written. Why is Spock angry the whole time? He's mad the whole time. He's the most emotional person ever.
That's what I never understood, and I know, like, it's just, they're just there. I try not to think about them anymore. I just don't, because I know some people, I know Mario, you kind of enjoyed them, but you haven't really watched Trek, so it's kind of
I have no frame of reference to be upset as you guys. So for me, going in, just watching it as a casual movie, it was entertaining, man. I got a kick out of it.
Okay, I'll give you an example. The opening of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan that you just watched the first 45 minutes of.
Bro.
That opens with a simulator sequence.
Yeah.
That's a test of character.
Mm-hmm.
They do the same test in Star Trek 09, and it is so stupid the way it's handled, and it shows a complete lack of understanding of how that the Kobayashi Maru test and what Kirk did. If you watch the deleted scenes of Star Trek 09, and God help me, I have, they actually shot this scene where Kirk, so in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, Kirk reprograms this. He doesn't believe in the no-win scenario. So he reprograms the simulator so it's possible to rescue the ship. Now, we don't see what he actually does, but it's insinuated that he probably went into Federation history and probably used, whether it was Garth of Izar or whatever, some hero of his, some gambit, some military tactic that he used, that he reprogrammed the simulator with, and he was able to rescue the ship, right? Would you all agree, Star Trek fans, that's what he does? In the deleted scenes of Star Trek 09, this is all you need to know. He seduces an Orion, a beautiful green-skinned Orion, to reprogram the simulator for him. He uses his male wiles and seduces her. And he's like, come on, baby. I need you to reprogram the simulator so I can pass the Kobayashi Maru test. Would you do that for me? I mean, give me a break. I mean, who wrote? Oh, wait, I know who wrote it. Wait, oh, you know who wrote it? Bob Orsi and Alex Kurtzman wrote that drivel. I mean, come on, Kirk seduces a woman. Of course, they cut that out. They still shot it. It was still in the script. They spent probably half a day shooting that seduction scene. They cast this actress that thought, oh my God, my career's made. I'm going to be a Green Orion slave girl in Star Trek 09. Nope, baby, half your scenes are gone. Snip, snip, snip.
Snip, snip, dude. Real quick though, OAF Skywalker says, Rob, I am a film student with one more semester before my BA is done. Any tips on how to get started in the industry?
Yeah, you should go become an intern at Secret Hideout. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you know what I would
awesome.
say? Okay, here's what you should do. This is what I think everybody should do. You should go get a job as a production assistant on a feature film. Preferably a lower budget feature film from a legitimate company. I'd hate to say something like Mar Vista, but the first job I ever had was I was the art department PA on Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I learned more in the 16 weeks I worked on that movie about how a set works and how movies are made, because it was a New Line film. I worked on the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 5 and then moved over to Leatherface. And I had so much responsibility on that shoot. They gave me 2 trucks. I had a Ford Dually and an Econoline van. And I was working for the prop department. I was working for the art department. I was working for costumes. And I was working 20-hour days, 6 days a week, but I learned more about filmmaking in that time than ever. So, wow. And I think that anybody who wants to work in the entertainment business on any level should PA on feature films first. And if you get in, the reason I say the art department is because you have access to the sets. And if you work as an office PA, that's fine. But what you want to do is you want to get on a set and you want to see how a set works. Again, it was trial by fire. And I'll tell you a quick story. So the first day I was working, I'd never worked. I was right out of film school. I'd never worked on a major set before. My first day, they gave me the van and they gave me the Ford Dually, which is a pickup truck that has the 2 wheels in the back. Well, so it's got the big rear end that you can put more stuff in. It's more heavy duty. Yeah. They gave me a list and $10,000 in cash. And they said, don't come back until you have everything on this list. Now, they didn't want me to ask questions. And it was a test. And one of the things that were on and this is pre-internet, and one of the things that was on the list was don't mess with Texas bumper stickers. And I'm in Valencia, I'm in where our production offices were. We were building 2 sets. One was in Palmdale and one was in the mountains behind Magic Mountain, the hills behind Magic Mountain. And I'm like, what do I do? And so faced with don't mess with Texas bumper stickers in California, where are you going to find those things? And this was all part of it. And I had to stop and think, okay, where would you get, first of all, where would you get bumper stickers en masse anyway? A truck stop. Is there a big truck stop near where we're shooting? And it was off the 14. So I drove to this truck stop. Not only did they have don't mess with Texas bumper stickers, they had like 3 or 4 different kinds of don't mess with Texas bumper stickers. You buy them all. There was no question. I had the money. Right. I bought them all. And so when I went back and I had to go buy paint in South Central LA, I literally was driving around for 12 hours, gathering everything I needed to gather around. Like, for instance, they told me to go to a butcher supply place because they had meat, like slabs of human meat hanging on hooks. And I'm like, what if they wanted to move them around? And so I got one of those like hanging metal boxes that have a green button and a red button, because I figured maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe they have a green button and a red button to rise. So I bought all this shit and I take it back to the production office. And the first thing that Mick Strawn, the production designer, asks me is, he goes, do you have the don't mess with Texas bumper stickers? And I go, yes, I do. And I put them on the table. There was 4 different ones, and he looks at me and he goes, great, you can come back tomorrow.
So it paid off taking that extra step.
Well, it's but nowadays it's totally different because you have the internet and everything. But that's what I'd suggest. Anybody, if you move out of film school, go work on sets. And if you can't get a job on a movie set, go work on a commercial, go work on a music video. Because if you get in with the art department, those people go from show to show to show to show to show. And if they like you, which is what happened to me, they'll just take you. And within a year, you'll have incredible amounts of experience.
That's badass, man. That's very good. That's a good question. But you're right though, right? Because when you're somewhere in that field, you're surrounded by people who are mostly professionals in that field that you're trying to get into. So it's like you just sponge and pay attention to everything that's going around you.
Do you watch Bill Maher?
Oh yeah.
In his new rules last night, he said, he was showing how our government is ineffectual and everyone's yelling at each other. And he said something I've been saying for years. He said, who should run the United States of America? And he cuts to a shot of a film set with a clapperboard. And he goes, Hollywood, the people that and he goes on to explain how in Hollywood, people that hate each other can work together to create movies. Because Hollywood is one of the only industries where you can actually calculate how much money each second of time that is passing on a set.
The clock is always ticking. Yeah, it's like time is money.
Let's say you're working standard day is a 12-hour day, right? And say each day has a dollar value. Let's say it's $100,000 for 12 hours. That's what you're spending today. You can calculate that back and figure out how much does every second cost. It might cost $20 a second. I don't know what the exact number is. I'm just pulling these out. So every time the clock ticks a second away, that's $20, $40, $60. And you have a schedule. Like, let's say you have 5 3/8 of a page you have to shoot today. So you have to shoot 5 pages and 3/8 of a page. So almost, 5.5 pages. All you have is that 12 hours. You don't have any more. And the clock is ticking. Every second, $20 is burning. You have to figure out how are you going to, the only object is to make your day. Is the director, the writers, the executive producer, the first AD, all they have to, they have one day to get everything that's on those 5 pages, which means you have to shoot all the coverage. You have to shoot effects plates, whatever it is you need to shoot. You have to get it all in one day for $100,000. And that's movie making. And that requires planning. It requires when the director is asked, well, on a TV set, it's really the first AD, but if the director goes, here's how you know you're fucked on a movie set or a TV set. Somebody comes up to the director and goes, what's the next shot? You're done. You're done
because you're wasted.
If the director does not know what the next shot is, as a matter of fact, the first AD should know what the next shot is. It's all you got to handle all that shit.
Wow, that's freaking awesome, dude. Shit, it sounds very stressful, but it's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, but then sometimes you wind up making something like Star Trek 09.
Fair point. Fair point, dude. But we digress.
You might have made your day.
Maybe. No, that's awesome. Hey, listen, are you I asked Lil earlier because it's showing up on blue screen, but it could probably be a false thing right now. But on Sideshow, the DeLorean is blue screened as like low stock, and I didn't know. Are you picking up the DeLorean?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta get the DeLorean. I have not ordered it yet.
Okay, because it's showing low stock, but I don't know if it's
low stock Brown and Marty. I mean,
Yeah, because you got to get it. Because mine DeLorean's going right there. I've got because that's what I was talking about earlier is like space, right? Because you got the 66 too, didn't you? The Batmobile.
Yeah, that's at the John Camp. So I have this. That, by the way, that thing is incredible. So
it looked awesome.
I have the 66. I've got Luke's land speeder. I've got the Millennium Falcon cockpit. I have the 66 Batmobile. I have half the cargo bay, the Millennium Falcon cargo bay. I have the snow speeder and the 89 Batwing on order.
Damn, and the Batwing.
Yeah, and the snow speeder's paid off, and I haven't paid off the Batwing yet.
Oh shit. Well, Lale, you're not getting the Batwing, right? You're just getting the Batmobile.
Yeah, just the Batmobile. That's all I'm getting. Wasn't really the Batwing I didn't need at all.
Come on, yes you do.
Nah. I mean for that, I mean it's with vehicles I have to be very selective. You know what I mean? So really
That
selective
Millennium
about
Falcon
what I'm
cockpit,
getting.
dude. Come on.
Yeah. Really selective about what I actually get. You know, so certain things I'll get, certain things I won't get. I'll just kind of leave it to the back. But that Batwing, it looks good, but not something that I necessarily need. But the Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile, yeah, that's coming on.
I have the Hot Toys '89 Batmobile, and I love it. It's cool, but it's big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's supposedly they're reworking it. It's going to be a little bit larger, and then Jazz Inc.'s version is already larger than the current Hot Toys one.
Yeah.
So it's really tough to say. Like even I want to bring this up too because I know it's been a while, but it should be shipping soon, dude. What about you, Rob? Are you grabbing this?
Well, I'll tell you, I had the original Ghostbusters Ecto one I paid it off at Toys Wonderland. They had one. I paid it off, and the shipping was going to be $2,000.
Jesus.
So I got it refunded. I mean, I wasn't going to pay, but here's the thing about this. I mean, this is the. I would love to get this, but is there an option to not have it weathered?
No, it's just the afterlife.
I know.
Yeah.
And I wish that you could get, like, if I could get it here, if I could find one here that I didn't have to ship from Hong Kong, I would.
You can. If you buy from Todd at Spec Fiction.
What does he want for? What does he want for his?
$18.99 free shipping. No,
really?
Nothing else. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. $18.99 shipped, like free shipping. So. And he's
because I have the whole Blitzway set of the figures with the Slimer. I really wanted that. I really want it.
Right, and you just don't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I like the aging effects. I do. I did miss the original, but
it doesn't go with the the figures.
Yeah, it'll still work though, right? I mean,
will it?
Yeah. Look, if anybody walks into your room and sees some Ghostbusters with an Ecto 1, I don't think they're going to be like, that's not the right, like you're going to see it and be like, that's Ghostbusters, right?
The thing that I really want is I want to find a wall, for the Batwing. I want to find a wall where I can build a moon. So get a huge moon that you can backlit with like LEDs on the wall. And hang the Batwing in front of the moon, so it flies. It's like in the movie when it flies in front of the moon, and you see the moon and the bat making the Batman symbol.
Yeah, it just comes up.
That's what the only thing is, I think that there would be a cold day in hell before Elizabeth would let me put that in the house.
It's pretty big.
I've tried to explain to her what I want to do, and she just was like, no.
Well, it's kind of like how some people have that kind of big circular modern art like hanging above their couch or something in their living room. You just do the Batwing.
Well, the great thing is this because this is a garage. I'm in a garage. There's great beams to hang, because I had my Playmobil Enterprise hanging off the ceiling, and it's really cool because it came with that Playmobil Enterprise came with a really cool hanging it's a hanger specifically to hang the thing. And it hangs really, really well. And then
you know what you can do? If she doesn't let you put it on a wall, you can actually get a clear slanted plexi, and just have it like a platform where the Batwing is on, and have the light shining from the plexi on the other side, circular plexi, and just have it somewhere positioned where it's not on the wall. It just looks like a platform.
That's a good idea.
I mean, just like if you take it's just like if you're looking at the bat signal from a certain angle, and it's shining up, that'd be like, if you're looking at it, that angle is just showing, and instead of it being the bat signal, it's just the bat wing and that shape around a light. That would look decent too.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I was thinking this. The thing about hanging though, like I'd have to have it down. When you hang, you can't see the cockpit, and you can't see the figures in the cockpit. I But that's a pretty good idea. The thing is, that thing is huge. It's ginormous.
What, the Batwing?
The Batwing is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really big.
It's like 3 or 4 feet or something, right? It's
huge.
I don't remember the dimensions, but it's big. Yeah, it's huge.
It's really, really big. Now, let me ask you this: is Jazz Inc. going to make a 6th scale TIE fighter?
Well, when Yost was on my
he's
channel,
making a TIE fighter cockpit.
Yeah,
he's doing the actual cockpit. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he said the other on the show.
But was he going to do it in phases? Like he was going to make the cockpit like fully enclosed and then maybe make the wings later?
That's what it sounded like initially. Because I had told him too, I was like, look, if you just, because he was showing me the renders too, and I was like, if this is hit just here, right? You've got the cockpit and then the little arms before the wings, right? I was like, that can fit on a shelf, and that's enough for me anyway as a representation. And then should you later down the road decide to make wings and somebody wants to buy that, have that reflect, the cost or whatever, because you've already got something. And
or you can 3D print the wings if you wanted to. You could do it in pieces and 3D print them.
You could do that too. I do have a couple super chats, so real quick, man. Recommend Chris, dude. Thank you so much for $10, man. It says I ordered the Batwing and made an acrylic display so it sits at a 45-degree angle with a lower wing about 8 inches from the floor. It will fit in my 30-inch depth display. Whoa, okay, that's not a bad idea, dude. And thank you so much, dude, for the chat. That's not bad. Yeah, that is not bad. And Superhero Displays, man, thank you so much again to Super Chat. He says, finally caught a live stream. Hope y'all are well. Dude, we're doing great, man. We're doing great. And thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not gonna get it because it's too big. I don't know where to put it. And I'm already like having problems with, trying to get this Ecto 1, getting a Batmobile, getting the DeLorean. We run out of space, Rob. You know this.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I have to say that I'm reaching a point. I mean, I'll collect all that, whatever Exo 6 puts out, Star Wars wise or Star Trek wise, and then Star Wars stuff from Hot Toys and Marvel stuff. I mean, I am getting to a point where I think I'm just going to stop. Unless something, because you'll have everything. I mean, I'd rather go back and collect pieces that I don't have, like from original trilogy stuff. And
that's how I feel with certain 80s properties or 90s properties, right? Like I still don't have a John Matrix. I still don't have a Dutch from Predator. I had one. I sold
when I needed money. I sold a lot of those figures, and I like to go back and get those. I mean, Lael, what do you think about? Do you think you're at one point you'll stop, or Mario? Do you think you guys will stop at one point and just say, "Okay, I have enough"?
No,
I'd like to, man. That's honestly crossed my brain lately, but I don't see it happening, man.
No. It's because for me, man, it's just the love for the art form itself, and to have certain things that I want. Look, you can't, like I said earlier, you can't have everything. I'm not going to get everything, but stopping for me, I'm already deep. I'm already in this whole thing. So, I mean, it's just again, it's stopping for me just takes away something that I love. You know what I mean? It takes away something that I'm really excited about. So for me. You know what I mean? Again,
you feel like that would create a void then.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's taken away of something that I actually looked forward to. You know what I mean? I'm just excited for it. So collecting for me has just always been an extension of everything else that's going on. I mean, since the very beginning. So, hey, if I didn't stop collecting since earlier on, since I was younger, then, why am I stopping now? You know what I mean? So again, but I mean, what's kind of, grounds me and keeps me humbled is the simple fact that I'm not collecting everything.
Right.
I'm just collecting the things that I love. When you get into the space where you're collecting everything just for the sake of, then yes, it's a burnout, but I'm very selective of what I'm going to actually, collect. Even with Star Wars, there's certain things that I won't get. I'm not going to get just for me, I don't need the blurred. I don't. I really don't. So I'm not getting the blurred. You know what I mean? I'll get Quill, but I'm not, the blurred can, I don't need that. There's certain troopers and clones that I'm not getting. I just don't really need it. But I mean, that's the space. That's where I'm at.
Troopers and clones for me, I mean, aside from A New Hope or aside from the original trilogy, are priority, bro. I'm a Trooper collector, and I can't stop that moving train, dude. But Rob, what about you, man? I mean, do you see yourself? I mean, I'm sure you've been collecting for a while.
Well,
right?
Here's my problem. I don't just collect 6 scale. Like I collect Star Trek spaceships, and what's interesting is, like with the demise of Eagle Moss.
You like Discovery?
Actually, the Shenzhou is one of the only ships.
It is actually really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about Discovery is it has the worst. The 31st century, somebody just decided to make the worst looking spaceships ever designed for anything ever. But like I really want to get the Titan. I would love to get I buy model kits. Like I hope somebody makes a 1/350th scale, like whether it's like round 2, because they've done a great job with the Star Trek license, and they put out the 1/350th refit of the Enterprise. They put out the Katinga. They've done so many great things, and Ben Robinson said there's a new company he put on Twitter. He announced, like I was getting the Enterprise D that you build, the Partworks Enterprise D. And when Eagle Moss went, I mean, I was $1,000 into the parts for that Enterprise D, and then they went bankrupt. And there's a company now that's Ben Robinson. He tweeted it out, like you can go sign up and get the rest of the parts for the Enterprise D. But there's so much.
Well, Master Replicas is taking over. I guess.
Yeah. But there's a subsidiary of that's
right for the build of Enterprise.
Yeah, for the build up Enterprise, and because I want that. I mean, for people that bitch and moan and complain about it, I don't care. I mean, I just want that size of an Enterprise.
Yeah.
But so I collect figures, I collect spaceships, and I collect. Well, I guess that's about it. But I mean, I have different things like my 6 scale band here.
Yeah,
when they put out Kurt Cobain. I've got Ryan Gosling.
And he should be soon.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling from La La Land. It's a third-party figure, but he's got a piano. So I'll have Ryan Gosling with my 6 scale band. But I still. But it's getting to the point where how. But then the thing is, they keep making cool shit.
It's rough.
That's the problem.
And then it's like these space battleship Yamato, these 3 models that I have, the Andromeda, the 4.5-foot model of the Andromeda. I had to have that. And then once you have that, then you have to get the other 2, which I did.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at all the Hachette Partwork stuff. Like I want Roy Fokker's Valkyrie from.
Oh yes,
that
Macross.
That kit's awesome. And now that I know, now that my Japanese buyer, he goes, okay, I want to get that. I want to get the Mazinga.
Oh,
the giant. That Mazinga is awesome. And so, but it gets expensive.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, do I want to travel? I just got my passport renewed. No.
Miles Dyson said, "Didn't moving give any pause to slow down?" I know it did for me.
No. No, it did. You know what moving does? Moving does, you get rid of stupid stuff, but it just gives you a new opportunity to reorganize your collection.
Yeah. Right.
Like I
can't wait to get out of here, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I was building I got 2 new shelves for my physical media collection. So because like in here, if you could imagine in this garage, so these are Billy bookcases from IKEA. They're all, so not just the ones you see, but they go all the way around here, and they're mostly books, but there's
the entire perimeter.
Yeah, and then on the other side of this wall here is my physical media collection. And so it's all because Elizabeth won't let me have anything in the house except in my media room.
So you're just kind of cornered off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a separate building where nobody has to deal with me.
Right. That's fucking awesome.
You're away.
Hey, but I'm also, that's like your own area.
Yeah, I'm also putting up lights and stuff because when I rebrand the channel starting on April 1st, because we're doing a bunch of new shows and stuff, and I want to make it look. I don't have any colored lights like every other YouTuber.
Do you have to do April 1st, man? Because that's automatic sus if you're rebranding, dude. On April 1st.
Well, the reason I'm rebranding the channel is because I have so many other creators doing stuff on my channel.
Yeah.
So I'm still using all the stuff, the nomenclature of what we've been using. I'm just gonna, instead of the Burnett work, it's going to be Imagination Connoisseurs Unlimited. That's going to be the name of the channel.
Awesome.
You like that?
That's fitting.
and the acronym, not the way the Na'vi would say it, but ICU. And that way, everything would be under that. It's Imagination Connoisseurs Unlimited, home of the Post Geek Singularity. So, because Lael's on there, is on there. Now I've got Israel King Tannic is doing his anime show on there, and I always wanted to create a network. I mean, my dream, my goal would be to have 12 hours of original programming every day, 7 days a week on my channel.
Wow. Dude, well, you and I got to riff on figures again. That one time was fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's what all the creators like. I'm so proud that Roberto and Alex do an all Spanish language show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And their
Alex
show,
is a good dude, man.
I've heard from people that are native Spanish speakers how good the show is that they do. And I would love to see, how can I promote that across other platforms? And what I want it to be is like, I want it to be like a science fiction convention every day, and then I'm starting. There's the Designing Hollywood podcast I do. There's a new adjunct of that show that's all about video games and video game creators, and they've got, just like I interviewed Jerry Bruckheimer the other day, they've got really heavy hitters in the game world coming on. So that's going to be a show.
That was funny. Someone was like, "How did you get him on there?" You're like, "I asked him."
I mean, that's yeah. It's like, how'd you get these people? It's so, that's what you do, you know. And there's other people, like, I'd like to do more industry heavy shows. Like, there's a lot of actors and stuff that do podcasts, but I'd love to do from a filmmaking perspective, and have people come on and talk about the actual process. Because, I've talked to like Terry, for instance, but it'd be interesting to delve into his process, like the writers, from how do you take something from your conception to writing it to taking it all the way
from concept to reality. Like, how do you?
And it'd be funny if I knew Terry from before, I would have asked him when they first started the show to do that from the very beginning, and do a deep dive into the creation of the story, into creation of going and doing all encompassing, hours and hours long examination, because that's what I used to do anyway. My Superman Returns documentary is 3 hours long, or our Star Trek documentaries on the TNG Blu-rays are I mean, each season, I mean, we only had a limited amount of time on the discs, but it would have been really interesting to go and because that's what I did for 20 years.
Yeah, and just kind of like revisit that from a different perspective.
Yeah,
with other people.
Do you remember there was a documentary? I want to say it was on one of the prequel discs. Where was it? They examined like a day. It was 1 day or 1 minute from I don't remember what exactly it was. It was fascinating though, and they showed like what one scene and how from all different angles. Just stuff like that.
That would be really cool. But real quick, Mario, you have to go.
Yeah, man, I gotta get ready for my stream coming up in about 10 minutes, dude. It's gonna be.
I have to go feed my dogs. They're yapping.
So,
okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, we'll probably wrap here in a little, but you got to dip, Mario.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta head out, man. But it was great to see everybody, man. And have a good night, y'all. We'll see you guys.
All right, brother.
Soon.
Yeah, so I was late. And thanks.
No worries, yeah, dude. No worries.
And
I know.
I'm gonna cut that clip out from last night, Lael, and put it up because it was such an interesting conversation about music.
Yeah, man, I had fun, bro.
Yeah,
I definitely had fun, man.
Let me address just a couple super chats real quick. $5 from Superhero Displays, man. He says, do y'all know if I start buying XO6 original series Trek later in the year, I'll be safe, as I heard they won't be making any more? Well, thank you for the super chat. That's a tough one for me to mention, but I will say that we're warp speed ahead.
Yeah, man.
You don't go backwards. So
dude, those Mighty Maroons, you got Star Trek 2 coming down the pike. And you got Pike coming down the pike.
Yes, we do. And one more super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, I showed off Sister Mary Clarence yesterday. Really is my favorite figure over everything. It shouldn't be, but it is. I'm a huge fan of Collect What You Love. Have a good night, everyone. Well, that's absolutely true. It's whatever you love, man. That's all that matters. Like at the end of the day, right? It's your collection. It's your collection. But Superhero Displays also says, Lael, I got a Farm Boy Luke for you. the belt is broke. Is that any good for you?
Yeah, I told him. I just
sorry, I didn't see your chat in there.
It works. I can always retool and fix some things up, man. It's not a big deal. I can find a belt somewhere.
Yes, you can. A lot of custom leathers too, right? People have remade stuff.
Yeah, I could definitely do that, man.
That's an interesting one. Hell yeah, dude. Do you think we'll see a Brandon Routh Superman in the Flash? I don't know. What do you think, Rob?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting. I know this. I know that Warner Brothers, they're putting out a new Superman set in 4K, and one of the great. They're not doing Superman Returns. Let's just say that Superman Returns has become problematic because some of the people involved in it, Kevin Spacey being one of them, and it's too bad because I'd love to see that come out in 4K. I called them and I said, look, I shot 1,500 hours of behind the scenes footage on Superman Returns, and the documentary only represents 3 hours of that. I said, it was funny because when I was remastered, when we shot all that footage, when I brought it back to the States, they shot the movie in 2005. It came out in 2006. And I had bought 4 HDV cameras, which were prosumer high definition cameras that shot to tape. Because they didn't have digital capture HD cameras at the time. And we shot all the behind the scenes in high definition. And so I said, can we finish the documentaries in HD? And they said no. So even though we shot it all in HD, we finished the documentaries in standard def, which really bothered me. And I said, I kept all the tapes. So I have all those tapes, and I would love to remaster those documentaries in HD someday and add, it was going to be a 6-hour documentary, but because the movie underperformed and Walmart didn't want a 3-disc set. It was only ever a 2-disc set, but I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see Brandon Routh be in the Flash. I just don't know if they want to lean into Superman Returns.
I like that movie. I didn't think
it's aged well.
Yeah, like the flack that it got. I understand where they were going with it, but I think some people just weren't ready for that. It felt more like Donner Superman, right? Like it just didn't. I think people wanted something completely new.
I also think that the movie it didn't deliver in the action quotient. I mean, it needed more superheroics. It needed a few more sequences. But I'm a fan of it. I mean, I spent a year of my life. I was in Australia. I was on that set every single day of production and pre-production and post. And I have such fond memories of the making of that movie. But I would love to see. I wish they would do it in 4K, because it was the first. Superman Returns was the first. It was shot on the Panavision Genesis cameras, and the cameras that we got on set in Australia were 001, 002, 003. It was literally the first. Those cameras didn't last very long, but the movie has a really interesting look, and I would love to see it remastered for 4K, because I don't think the Blu-ray does it any favors. I'd love to see it remastered. I'd love to see Tom Siegel go in and remaster that whole film.
That would actually be really cool. Hey, Latoya's in the house. Lale, just drop in to say hey.
Coco Tulip.
Hell yeah. That's
best dressed woman on the internet.
Yeah, man. She's up there. We just exchanging notes about the slam dunk competition today. So we just got to watch.
No. Hell yeah. Well, shit, man. I mean, we could probably. You gotta go take care of the dogs, Rob.
I gotta go. I think I'll probably.
We're hitting that 2 hours, so
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
No, after Leia left last night, I went for another 3 hours.
You always do. Like, I swear to God, Rob. Like,
I don't know how you do it. I mean, I know how you do it, but I don't know how you do it at the same time.
We're currently an hour. And Rob, so speaking of, I know it's for confusion's sake, but next month you're going to be on my time zone.
Well, right. That's right.
Because in Arizona, we don't change.
Yeah.
So you'll be back on the same time as me. But what's funny is sometimes, you know, I'll wake up 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes. You know, I'm gonna go take a piss, whatever. And I look at my phone and I don't know, sometimes I just check shit. I'm like, fucking Rob is still. And I'm like, I say hi to you. I know sometimes you probably don't see it, but I'm like, hey, what the fuck? You're still okay. Going back to bed.
Well, we've been, since we started at 9 rather than 3 in the morning for you guys, it's been better on Saturdays because I can go to 3 in the morning and I can go to bed. And today I had a member call, you know, for members on the channel, which was fun. But are you in Scottsdale? Did you say you're in Scottsdale?
No, I'm in 10 p.m. next to ASU, but pretty much like Scottsdale's like 5 minutes.
One day I should just, because my dad used to lived in Sun City West. And which is about 45 minutes outside of Phoenix. I should drive out there and we should do streams from your place,
dude. Dude, I got 2 cameras.
Since you're sending me stuff, if you just save it, I'll drive out there and pick it up.
We'll just start stacking it. I'll be like, here you go, Rob, here's 37 figures. Just go home and figure out where to put them. Yeah, come down, dude, anytime. Dude, you're not that far at all.
No, and because I'm in Redlands too, it's close. You know, I mean, it's closer. I don't have to drive it.
Yeah. I mean, if you drove, it's like 5-6 hours.
No, from where I'm at, it's probably about 4.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I love driving across the desert. I love it. You know, I love going to Indio, and I love going by the George Patton Museum and having a little meal at the Sherman Tank.
I had a moment like 10 years ago. Because my family's in Nevada, they're in Vegas, and I drove out there for my sister's high school graduation. So this was a little while back, but I remember being like, okay, I got to go home now. And I drove back to Phoenix, and I got to the Hoover Dam, and I just parked, bro. It was like, it just kind of hit me like while I was driving, like I had some inkling. I was like, I should just stop. And I just sat there, you know, I didn't have a phone or nothing. I just kind of just stared off in the distance for like 45 minutes, and I was like, all right, like a Zen moment, you know, and then just got back in the car. And
by the way,
there's something nice about it.
Bob Dylan sent me pictures of this Whoopi Goldberg sister.
Yeah, he just sent it to me too. It looks incredible, bro.
It does.
Incredible.
Yeah, bro.
And he said that my band needs a conductor.
It is. It's incredible, bro.
This figure is incredible.
Yeah, it looks just like Whoopi Goldberg. Bro.
Just like her.
Just like her, man.
You know what?
They killed that, man.
When you're looking at the one with the habit, you know what I'm thinking? 6-scale Guinan.
That's what I was kind of like.
6-scale
Guinan.
Come on, dude.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think with the popularity of so really far with Picard that they would push towards doing figures from that?
I don't know. I mean,
man,
I don't know. I mean, you got to have the Q Guinan battle. You know, she's like, from
what is it?
From Q-Who, yeah, season 2.
Yes, just stay tuned on that stuff, guys. I mean, really.
I know.
Yes. Are you saying pull the trigger ASAP because you don't think original series Trek will dry up quick? It's just in order to keep collecting. I've decided to just keep strict to a budget.
I can't believe this face sculpt on this guy, this sister act.
It's incredible, bro.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Borrow. What the hell am I saying? Borrow. Just budget your money and plan accordingly, because if you really want the original series, make sure you get them. I mean, I don't know how else to say that, but like, you know, find a place that you can pre-order. You can do payment plans, whatever fits your budget. I wouldn't sleep on stuff, personally.
No.
It's not, you know, that's all I'm going to say on that. And before we dip, Ashley Chase, dude, thanks so much, man, for the super chases. What do you guys think of Ant-Man 3? I loved it. I don't understand the hate. Also appreciate the kind words and thoughts. Well, thank you so much, my man. I'm going to reserve my opinions on that, and I'll get back to you because I didn't see it yet. But I think you two gentlemen saw it.
So what?
Ant-Man.
Oh yeah. I saw it.
Okay. Decent without getting too deep into like. It was okay.
The thing is, it's again, we talked about this. We talked about it last night. It's not going to be for everybody, but it's going to be for. And I would much rather you see it than draw your own conclusions. Don't listen to critics, bro. Do not. And I'm just letting you know. don't look at any type of comment. You know, again, the audience rating versus the critics rating, it's a vast space in between. Like it's you know, completely divisive. So I would much rather you go see it for yourself and, you know, make the determination on your own, come to your own conclusion, draw your own conclusion without listening to so many Chinese whispers, because that's exactly what it is, bro. Like, just go
and
see
that's
it
how
for
it's
yourself.
always. I agree with you.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was entertained, bro. I was, even me and Toy were talking about going to see it again. I loved it. I mean, myself, is it a 10 out of 10? Nah, bro. But I mean, what movie is nowadays, to be quite honest,
Right.
because I don't care. Even,
John
Wick, most popular film that you might think is
Top Gun Maverick.
Even that,
but it's a rare exception. It's a rare exception.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's you know, really within the last 2 years, no film has really captured that magic that I wanted it to capture for me. That's just for me. Like, it hasn't given me that thing that I wanted. You know, when I think about Avatar, it was an amazing film. Don't get me wrong. It was incredible. But again, I expect that from James Cameron. You know, when we get Top Gun Maverick, you know, again, a lot of people talk about how great it is, and it is good. Don't get me wrong. But if it's in your wheelhouse, for me, I didn't gravitate to the original as much as everybody else did.
Right. Yeah.
You know
I know what you mean.
So it's harder for me to say, oh, this is a masterpiece of a film. I enjoyed it thoroughly and it was incredible, but it's hard for me to latch on to it, you know, to say that, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's the cinematic experience right now, bro. Like, literally, I think you have to really go and judge things for yourself, see it for yourself, and let it be that. You know what I mean? If it makes any sense.
You know, it's funny. I've tried to explain to people, like, why is it that I liked Star Trek Picard season 3 so much? And ultimately, it was because I felt fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you watch a movie and you're like, hey, you're like, that was good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was not like Top Gun Maverick was a fulfilling movie. But for me, it was Top Gun. It was never gonna, angels were not gonna sing from heaven. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But because I love Star Trek so much, and as Star Trek Picard, it was a culmination of, or the accumulation of a lot of little things that I loved in every episode. You know, that I really, that ultimately it was like, I've tried to explain to people, if Tom Clancy wrote a Star Trek novel, that's what Star Trek Picard sees. And I'm a big Tom Clancy
Who isn't?
fan. Like, I mean, I loved the book. I read Hunt for October and then Red Storm Rising, which is this World War III novel. It's unto itself. I loved all the Jack Ryan books, and I love techno thrillers. Good techno.
Even the movies were cool. You know, Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games.
I love Hunt for October is like a perfect movie, but I love Clear and Present Danger. I even like Sum of All Fears.
It wasn't bad with Ben Affleck. I saw that in the theater.
Sum of All Fears is pretty great. I mean, Phil Alden Robinson directed it, but that to me is what Star Trek Picard season 3 was. It was a great, really engrossing techno thriller.
What happened to me is I watched Thursday, right? I watched Picard, and we'll wrap, guys, I promise. But I watched Picard on Thursday, and I was like fucking glued to my TV.
Is it every episode or just certain episodes?
No,
it's just every episode Thursday.
It's only the first episode they've dropped.
Okay.
Yeah,
but you know what? Every episode is engrossing. There's no episode, and the thing is, it really is it's a brilliantly structured story, and it's hard. You can't really explain this because people haven't seen it, but episodes 1 through 4 is Act 1. But if that's all that you ever watched of it, like let's say you got hit by a bus and you're in heaven, you're like, I don't have a TV anymore, I can't watch the rest of Star Trek Picard. If you watch the first 4 episodes, you'd be like, that in itself was an incredibly fulfilling experience. And then you wonder, even when I was watching, I was like, where's this going to go now? You know, and then episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 are the middle part of the story, and it's really it changes, it pivots,
and then you've got the final act for the last 2,
and you're like, and the last 2 are like a movie unto themselves, but it sticks the landing. I mean, it gives you this. It couldn't be more epic, you know. And what I liked is that it's Federation centric, and I thought that was pretty cool, you know. And Terry's dipped into things like you saw the poster on the bar wall for Frontier Day, and they keep talking about, I'm here to make a speech, and it's great. And then Riker's like, I'm here to make whatever, and Picard's like, oh, so am I, and he's like, yours is gonna be great though. I mean, that was what dialogue. I mean, people just don't understand. They're like there's so much great, and that's why dude, this is sad. You want to know something sad? So I had seen, when I watched Picard on when it premiered on Wednesday night at midnight, I watched it again. That was the 5th time I'd seen.
No, that's okay. That's kind of what I was getting at. That's not sad.
But here, it is sad because I was watching it on an OLED set, and I'm like, it does look too dark. And then I went and watched it on my plasma set, and both of them, I've tweaked those TVs still within an inch of their lives. It looks better on the plasma set than the OLED. And then so I've watched it a 6th time. I've watched it 8 times.
Well, that's a testament, because that was my whole point. It was like, I watched it Thursday and I was so into it because of my love for TNG and old Trek that, like, it ended, and I don't like the Ready Room show, the after show, so much.
Oh my god.
It's too enthusiastic, I'll just put it that way. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? But I watched it, and then I watched the show again. So it was like episode 1, the Ready Room, episode 1. I wanted to get back into it again. And it's rare, super rare that I would do that. Tell you the truth, I only really watched it because Terry was on the Ready Room first one. So I was like, okay, right. Let's, you know. But dude, it's insane. Yeah, Shaw, I was actually going to say, I actually like this guy. I hope he's around and not just a throwaway captain.
Oh, no, dude, he's the best.
Okay, because I'm digging him. He's the parallels between him and Jellicoe is what I'm feeling.
Oh, no, he's, first of all, that guy in real life is the greatest dude ever. Like, if he look at the pictures he's putting up on, he's the real deal. Like, he's a Dungeons and Dragons fanatic. He has a Star Trek tattoo, but he's got original sealed Mego Star Trek figures.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's been getting the new ones. So he's got like the new Locutus, the Mego Locutus that they released. Yeah, no, he's such a nice guy. He's so
I really liked him. I really liked,
and he's a great actor.
Yeah, it was really cool how disrespectful and rude he was, but honestly, and I don't know, and I don't want to talk about this because we, you know, don't want to spoil anything if Rob obviously knows, but my whole thing, to Amir's point, is I just figured maybe he had people he knew who died in Wolf 359 or something, you know. So he's got that kind of, that's why he kind of took a jab at Picard about being an ex-Borg, you know. Just a hunch. I don't know. We'll leave it at that. No spoilers, obviously. So anyway, that's it. I think we're done, guys. I know, Rob, you got to go. It was fun. Leo as well. Till next time. Any final thoughts? Or last words?
Mario seemed to think that I should be getting my Joker. Maybe I will. I don't know. I want it. And I guess I'll have to go get that DeLorean now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, it could. Sometimes on the weekend it does that, but
do you know that Terry has a Back to the Future DeLorean? A real Back to the Future DeLorean?
Oh well, then I need to go hang out with him and eat his popcorn and take a ride in the DeLorean.
Wow.
He has like 2. He has a regular DeLorean and he has the Back to the Future. I didn't even know that.
Would you just roll up and he just had it parked there, or what?
No, he thought I knew, and he showed me these pictures. I was like,
okay.
I was like, wait a minute, you have, because the first thing I thought of was, you know, he's a big fan. Of course he's got the Hot Toys DeLorean, and I'm like, wait a minute. It was one of those things where someone tells you that, like, and he does. He's got 2 DeLoreans, and one of them is the fully tricked out 88.21 gigawatts or whatever.
Badass,
He's got the
right?
real, and so when they do events and stuff, they rent his DeLorean, his Back to the Future DeLorean.
That's badass, right? Because I would think that too. Be like, oh, cool, you got a DeLorean. Thinking Hot Toys. Be like, no,
that's
no, I have one.
DeLorean.
I have a real one. All modded out.
Got a real one.
That's badass, dude.
It is.
Well, shit, man, it was awesome, guys. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Of course, Lael and Rob and Mario, who's left. He's got his stream going on right now, but we'll see you guys next Saturday.
And Lael, I'll see you Friday. And, it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna clip out that music discussion we had and put it up. I might do a stream later tonight too. I don't know.
It was amazing, bro.
Or I'm gonna go build more of the Andromeda. I'm closing in. I can feel it. I'm almost done.
If you guys already have it, make sure to go check out Lael and Rob. Their links are here. If you're new and don't know anybody and been under a rock, go check them out, subscribe, and I look forward to our next discussion, whatever it may be.
Yes, sir.
So,
well, Star Trek Picard episode 2, Disengaged.
Well, I'm still gonna work on that for you now that I'm done with work.
Oh yeah,
for what you want.
Did you see the graphics, the lower third graphics I had for my show?
I did.
Yeah.
So if you can, we'll riff on it and send me some stuff, and
because I want an opening, because I don't have an open. I was like, I don't have an opening, and I've got music I can use, but I don't have one of your cool. I need an opening for the whole show. Which
I will do the best I can. I know, because I started doing one too. Right, I'm just doing a 10 week, once a week review of the episodes myself.
Yeah.
Just, on
because I have got guests for every episode. I want to talk to other people. So
that will be fun.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, we're out. I don't even know if my intro is correct because I had no prep time today. But take care. All that good stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Live long and prosper.
See you later.
Live short and decay.
Only a fool fights in a burning house. Remember.
Hey, you know what that's from?
Day of the Dove.
There you go. We'll see you guys.